We're live. Happy Live Day.
Happy Live Day to you.
It's the eve of Thanksgiving, so perhaps some of our friends won't be joining us. I think some of the New Zealanders will be with us though, and
I like them.
They're a blast. All right, let me see. Pop out chat.
You good?
How you feeling?
Can I tell you something that bothers me?
Straight away. Okay, yeah. Let's get to it.
Some that I feel like very much too strongly about.
Okay.
Why the fuck are people putting up Christmas decorations already?
What do you mean they put them up? Oh yeah, it's supposed to be after.
Why are we just all participating in Thanksgiving erasure? There's Halloween, and then people jump directly into Christmas, and it's a godforsaken fucking holiday. Why is everybody trying to expand? It's like election cycles. Why are election cycles the entire fucking time? How come we every 4 years, maybe we get like a few months off?
Yeah.
It's like Christmas. Why the fuck are people putting up their Christmas decorations already?
I thought that's when they do it. I don't know.
No.
When do they do it?
It's supposed to be after Thanksgiving. Some
After
people, if you're a real
Thanksgiving.
overachiever, you will do it the day after Thanksgiving.
After
But then,
Thanksgiving.
you can't put up your tree the day after Thanksgiving because by the time Christmas rolls around, your tree's all fucking brittle. All the needles fell off. Anyway, I found this.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah, Black Friday, right? That's when you put the tree.
And that. I hate that
What doorbuster are you going after?
Doorbusters.
You got a
You've
doorbuster
got to
in
be
mind?
insane to like have a big hearty Thanksgiving dinner and then wake up early to go shopping.
I'm
You're nuts.
completely ashamed to say that there was one Black Friday that I participated in. I went. It was to one of the department stores. There was a lineup for days. There was a TV to be had.
How early were you?
Very 4.
What?
Yeah, it was awful.
Wow, that's like a competitive sport. You
And
were
they
like committed.
and they charged, like the people charged in. I was with my father-in-law.
They charged?
We just
Like they ran over each other? Like they tripped over toddlers?
it was aggressive.
Like they scaled
There was no
display cases?
I didn't witness any kind of real mishap, but it was aggressive as hell.
God.
And the looks on, like, I was like, what the fuck is really going on here? It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. I participated in it.
Yeah, but was it your idea?
I think it might have been
What were you trying to get?
a TV.
The newest Furby?
It was a TV. And then I got home and then I realized that it wasn't exactly the right TV that I wanted.
Oh my God, of course.
And the
That's
one
the
that
worst.
I wanted was actually like $250 more.
Anyway, I found this tweet and I feel the exact same way. This guy said on Twitter, Classy Warfare is his is his username.
Oh, I like that a lot.
The war on
People are so
Christmas.
damn creative, man.
Listen,
Or is that AI? I'm listening.
the war on Christmas cannot end until Christmas stops its illegal occupation of November. That's how I feel about it. You're not laughing. It's so funny.
I'm sorry.
You got distracted in 0.2 seconds?
I did for a split second and I apologize. Okay, one more time.
Are you serious?
Yes, punish me later. One more time.
The war on Christmas cannot end until Christmas stops its illegal occupation of November.
Yeah. Who said that? Is it tweet?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Classy Warfare. Anyway.
Classy Warfare. Yeah, I heard his name. I like that a lot too.
Tough
I'm
crowd. Tough crowd.
Yeah. That's really hilarious.
Take my wife, please.
Take my wife. All my fault. All my fault. Who's here? What do we got? We got a scientist is here. Delicate is here. Stacy is here. Boxing Day. That's an Aussie thing. Whoa, Boxing Day is a big thing in Canada too. Boxing Day sale. That's when you guys have Black Friday, but in Canada it's Boxing Day sale because they put everything on sale because everybody gets money for Christmas. Also, they return their shit. So it's a way of scooping up your competitors' dollars because they're like,
It's clever.
dude, I do not want this. And then they return it.
Mhm.
And then they're like, oh, and there's a sale on the thing I want. I'll get it right now.
Okay, but I need you to explain. So Boxing Day is named after literally putting things in boxes?
Yes.
What the fuck? Why? So it's like a Black Friday, but
I think
Canada
it's like you're supposed to box up your holiday, like the holidays.
No
done in
way.
box- I think
It's
so.
not like
Oh, here we go.
what's
Let's
the
find fuck out.
origins?
I actually lived with Boxing Day and I don't know.
Some Canadian. You call yourself a Canadian.
Boxing Day. Well,
I'm
I
gonna tell
have been in
Ryan Reynolds
America
all about you.
I've lived more as an American than a Canadian, but I was raised Canadian. And
John
that's a
Candy
big
would
deal.
be disappointed in you.
I'm disappointed in me, truth be told. December 26th is in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth countries. It's known for its strong association with post-Christmas shopping sales, sporting events like football, and horse racing, and its origins as a day for employers to give Christmas boxes with gifts and a day off to their servants. You, what's your name again? I'm going to give you a day off. How does it make you feel?
But just this once for the holiday of these things.
Oh, it's that time again. And I know you're expecting it this year, right? Because I did it last year. Gave you the day off. Not this time. You're working.
You have to help me fill all these boxes.
But I did get you this inscribed iPad.
You're saying inscribed iPad because you received one of those before and you were so pissed.
I was really bummed. Well, first of all, I was like, wow, I can't even fucking sell this thing.
Because it
had my
name.
goddamn name on it.
Like, who cares?
So I was like, well, how much of a deduction is it now that I've got a goddamn iPad with my
Dale Wheatley on
it?
Somebody out there has
it.
And
of course, I was grateful as hell because it was like an iPad, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. Really amazing. Oh, and inscribed. Wow, what was that? An extra $50? Because we could have got groceries with that.
Yeah, really unnecessary. Boxing Day. So it really is about putting stuff in boxes.
Servants' holiday, charity boxes. It's about charity boxes. So there, I never knew that. You know, there you go. Listen to how of a bankrupt holiday it really is. I didn't know that it's about charity boxes. Although that's so funny that that comes up because now I am struck with memories of us packing up and giving out charity boxes. I don't recall doing it on Boxing Day though.
What charity?
Well, just to people, like
people who can't afford
pantry stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Pantry boxes, basically.
I got stuck on the detail about horse racing.
Oh,
because this is a Canadian holiday.
I never heard of that.
And so you're saying that in the very end of December they put horses on a track?
I suppose they do. In the UK.
Oh,
who's from the UK? It's in the UK and other Commonwealth countries. Canada is a Commonwealth country.
So the horses just like slip around.
The
jockeys are like, whoa.
It's like a bunch of drunk runners. All right. Well, that's Boxing Day. How did we get off on this?
I learned so much.
Can we get back? Where are we?
We were talking about it because I'm irritated with these end of the year holidays overlapping each other when there's too many already, but they overlap each other and it's offensive. And people just can't cool their jets on their fucking Christmas festivities. It's not even the right month.
It is. It's everywhere. It's all over TV. It's, at Trader Joe's. It's everywhere.
I like to extend Christmas. I personally enjoy practicing Yule, which is 12 days. And that's really fun.
Yeah. But, who's joining you on that, right?
Yeah,
Happy Yule. Everyone's like, fuck you.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of like how many days do they have for Hanukkah? Dale, you lived with a Jew. How many days do they have with Hanukkah?
Was it 11?
Yeah, see? It's fucking fun. That's
it's like
awesome.
The whole menorah, you got to do the whole thing.
You don't need to take over Thanksgiving, people.
How many days in Hanukkah? Damn, Angela, man, come on, man, I can't.
It's got to be 12. I think all of these holidays just copy each other.
When are we going to get the chips so we can just think it and then it'll be there? You'd be like, I just tell my brain to give my glasses the information I
know,
need,
and it'll run ads on the bottom based on what you're thinking.
Yeah. It's
all in the bottom of your vision.
8 day. Yeah.
8 days?
8 day.
8 days of Hanukkah?
Yeah, I knew I was wrong when I said it. That's why I had to look it up. It's 8 days.
I went and assumed. I was like, it's 12. It's got to be 12. They're all 12. I don't know anything.
If you're from Virginia, maybe you have Boxing Day there because that's a Commonwealth. But you're not from Virginia.
Felbaumling says, great advice for Canadians. Make your Christmas gift opening day New Year's. That way you can shop during the post-Christmas Boxing Day and take advantage of all the discounts.
This person's a thinker.
Yep. So smart.
A thinker. Thinks it all through. Understands the economics of the situation.
when you go to school, you're in like high school or something, and you like compare, probably junior high or whatever, and you compare with all your friends. Like, so what is your holiday tradition? Like when I started dating you, I was asking you about your holiday traditions.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, well,
sobbing on the couch alone. Just quietly sobbing, waiting for the phone to ring.
No, when you're a kid.
Somebody's going to call. I know it.
No, when you're a kid.
Any minute, somebody's going to call.
Well, like, so my family always had the tradition, because we were all obnoxious brats, that
Yeah.
they would let us open one present on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I think we got the one present.
You
Yeah,
got the one present
Yeah, we
on
got the one
Christmas Eve?
present. Yeah,
Because there's just no way to fight your kids on
Yeah.
this. As soon as they hear somebody is allowed to do this, you have to
my
give in.
brother got married into a family that opens everything on Christmas Eve, and to me,
No.
sacrilege. That sleep was everything.
That Christmas morning?
That wanting
No.
when you go to sleep, wanting, knowing something's gonna happen, something big, something great.
We don't do that. That's disgusting.
Horrible. I couldn't believe it.
Well, so I had a friend who shared that their Christmas happened the week after Christmas. And they did it specifically because they had a lot of family that would travel in to see them, or they would go travel, and they were like, it's so much cheaper.
Let's do the cheap flights.
And because of the post-Christmas discounts, that everything was like, on sale. So
It makes perfect sense, but
so their whole family just decided unanimously that they were just going to do it. Postpone it.
When I was a kid, though, like I used to think about Christmas as such a sacred day, not religiously, but in terms of just the feeling,
Yeah.
the love, the being together. It
I'm
was
with
like
you.
the safest day of the year.
I know.
It was the safest fucking day of the year. And I remember just one time when I was a kid, we were going down Main Street, and my dad didn't remember. He hadn't remembered to gas up. So he pulls into Mohawk Oil. Yeah. And he's going to get some gas. And there's a guy there. And I'm like, my heart broke for him.
Why?
It's Christmas.
What do you mean?
I'm with my family.
Oh, you mean there's a guy working
He's
there?
working
Sorry,
there.
I didn't get the context.
Ah, yeah, he's working there. It broke my heart.
He's working on Christmas.
I was a kid, just a little kid, but I remember just literally feeling heartache for this man. I was like, this has got to be punishment.
I used to always pick up the Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's shifts. Always. Every time because I've worked in
Oh, I'm
restaurants and
bitter
bars.
now. I'm jaded as fuck. But back in the day,
It's dope, dude. Because you get so much goodwill with your coworkers when they're like, please, 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 please take my shift. And I'm like, oh yeah, definitely, sure, no problem. They're like, oh my God, I
Absolutely.
fucking owe you forever.
for $20, you give me $20 and plus whatever I make. $20.
It's like such a freebie because you're going to make more money anyway. So no problem.
You ask yourself, what character would ask for $20 in that situation?
Not me.
What would he or she be made
I
of?
wouldn't have even thought of it.
This headline got under my skin earlier today.
What happened?
Somebody wrote on Medium this. This is the headline. It says, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds tried to prevent a black man from defending himself in court and want all private footage of his wife giving birth. And I'm just like it just as I read it, it just is so infuriating because to have no bounds is just wild to me. And to also try to turn him into some kind of racial victim.
Right.
By the way, they were sued, Wayfarer,
Yeah, for racial discrimination.
for racial discrimination.
That's right.
From a black man.
Mhm.
And there they are projecting
It's
it
all Darvo,
on
dude.
fucking Blake
It's
Lively.
all Darvo all the fucking time.
And again, I don't know Blake Lively. I don't know Ryan Reynolds. I feel confident they're not racists.
Well, it doesn't matter
If
because
they-
the person
right.
who's responsible for exposing that poor woman's private video was her own husband.
Of course.
Who never had any, who never should have for a second thought that it was reasonable or just or not fucking dangerous to show her video around on the set where he wasn't even asking for permission or warning people about what he was going to show. And when they did, the only person who ever voiced any concern for this poor woman and whether her privacy was being violated when he was showing that video was Blake Lively.
Yeah.
She asked him, she was like, is she okay with you showing this to people? And his response was, she's not weird about that kind of shit. He said that she's not weird about that kind of stuff. So I think that if anybody wants to be upset, then they can just defer to him since he knows her so well that maybe she doesn't actually care. But I think it's an absolutely fucking disgusting way to behave. And I don't know why he didn't expect that this was going to turn into a much bigger deal. And the only reason why she had to ask for that footage that everybody's freaking out about is because he neglected to provide it already in Discovery.
He didn't neglect to. He decided to.
Yes.
He
He chose to
chose-
expose her in his workplace. And now he chose to make it a bigger fucking deal in the court. Instead of like submitting it quietly so that of course it's going to remain under seal. Nobody is interested in making this video publicized. But it is evidence in civil litigation because he chose to expose his nude wife on a video in his workplace.
My
And
guess,
nobody is responsible for this other than him. It makes me fucking crazy that anybody is blaming Blake Lively when she is the victim. His wife is the victim. Blake Lively is the victim. The only person who's responsible for anybody knowing about this video is that fucking husband. I'm just incensed by the whole
and my
thing.
guess is they'll rule on the spot that she said is the spot that he showed her, and then that'll be what's admissible, and that'll be it. And they'll cut that clip out, and the rest of it will be returned.
And we'll
to its
never see it,
rightful
of
owners.
course, because, like, I
And,
mean,
yeah, as it
nobody's
shouldn't
interested
be.
in showing this
Cosmic
publicly.
Cruise is asking if we're watching fucking Thanksgiving movies, and the answer is yes. We actually need to decide, so we're listening to some suggestions. I've got one that I'm putting on the table. Do you have one that you're putting on the table? Because if you don't have one that you're putting on the table, you will have some time to think of it as we go on.
Do I have to be awake? Because I plan on eating a lot.
To watch the movie, you have to be awake, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to decide on one or two. We haven't decided if it'll be two yet, because it really does depend on, again,
Well,
the coma we put ourselves in and such.
I feel like watching Christmas movies this year, but not until after Thanksgiving, goddammit.
No Two Trolls is here.
Nice.
Cosmic Urgency is here, as I just said. So yes, we are looking for a movie to watch. The one I'm going to put forward right now is what is it? Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Is that what it's called?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
That's a great one. We should do
I thought
that.
it's like very thematic.
Yeah.
And then like with Donald Sutherland, like that's because you haven't seen it.
Mhm.
Am I right?
That's right.
Yep. So that would be a movie I'd love to show you, and also have to get to relive it again, because it's been a very, 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 very long time since I've seen that.
If we watched Clute, also, it would be like a really strange double feature.
Clute.
It would be like Donald Sutherland Two Ways.
Yeah, Donald Two Ways.
Prepared Two
You
Ways.
shouldn't say Donald Two Ways, because that can go two ways. Cosmic said, Krishna, 2019. It's a Thanksgiving indie. I'm interested. I will peek at it and kind of decide. And the reason I say that is because sometimes themed movies during the holidays don't work for me. Sometimes they're fucking perfect. So it's kind of like a coin toss.
I have like a dysfunctional family issues. So sometimes those like themed movies or like holiday movies that are too sweet, they really get under my skin. Like I'm just like angry about
You're
it.
like SWAT children. Where's a child that just want to smack it? Not hard, just enough to know, just enough so that it knows it can be smacked.
I don't know if it's Thanksgiving is the reason why they had the dinner, but there's that horror movie,
Krisha.
The Invitation.
I do need glasses, actually. Thank you.
Krisha.
There's
a horror movie, The Invitation, that I thought might be interesting. Oh, maybe we should. What's the celebration about? That's not Thanksgiving, because that's European.
No, but it's a family get together.
Yeah, maybe we should watch that one.
I love that movie. If you haven't seen The Celebration, or Festjen as it's called it's in Danish, but it's Thomas Vinterberg. It's the guy who directed what's the zombie movie from what's the guy that, come on man, Dale, who is he? He directed The Stupid Beaches, Trainspotting.
Oh. It's on the tip of my...
I've sucked his name out of the universe, man. It's like a vacuum. I just sucked it all out of the universe.
Yeah, it's Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle.
He directed Festjen? No,
the DP who did Danny Boyle's zombie movie. What was it?
28 Days.
The very first one, 28 Days?
Yeah, 28 Days Later, I think.
That one, the very first one, is the one. I don't know, because I get the titles confused because I'm not smart enough.
Zombie movie triple feature would be fun for Thanksgiving.
So that's the guy. Isn't that interesting? Because when you see Festjen, or The Celebration, that was a movie by Thomas Vinterberg that was Dogma 95.
That's cool.
And so it followed all those rules, which meant that it wasn't shot on film. And it also had to be, it was a very conventionally made movie, and it was shot on, I don't know what the hell they shot it on. I guess we could find out. I remember, I was told back in the day.
What do you mean? There's types if you don't use film and you're using digital? There's like types?
Well, back then there was like Super DV or whatever. And then there was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't remember what it was, Beta Max. I don't know, man. There were formats.
That's cool. I definitely want to see that one. I don't know what we're going to watch for Thanksgiving. Aren't there sports? Isn't it like
Yeah, we're
Thanksgiving?
gonna watch some football. We got at least the Eagles are playing on Black Friday, so that's 100% gonna happen in our household.
And we'll be back, right?
While we're cooking and stuff, we'll probably have that on because I love that sound in the background.
Yeah, me too.
It's fucking cool. I used to love it when it was John Madden. He has
a great voice, huh?
He does, and he was he sort of epitomized American Thanksgiving for me. I really loved it. Well, that's cool. Kylie DiCaprio loves my shirt. I love my shirt too. I should wear it more often, I suppose.
Can I tell you about a scandal, a corporate scandal happening in the news?
Yeah.
The vice president of Campbell's
Soup?
Yes.
Okay.
He was caught on tape bragging about how garbage their food is.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He was bragging that they sneak bioengineered 3D printed fake meat into their soups. He said in quotes, because poor people will eat anything.
Oh.
He calls their customers trash. He admits showing up high, and he dropped racial slurs in this hidden recording.
What? How does that happen?
I have no idea.
How does that happen?
I almost don't believe it.
It's got to be fake.
It's got to be like, who's Campbell's biggest competitor?
That's right. Yeah. Because that's the most undoing of.
I know. There's just no way that somebody would just like unload like that.
Like somebody was like, oh, I'm gonna record this guy because this guy goes out sometimes, so I'm gonna record him, and then I'm just gonna like totally like make him buy the tape, and then they did, and then when they were about to do it, their friend was like, this is illegal, right? And he was like, what? Oh yeah, dude, this is like highly illegal. Really? Yeah, like you could go to jail. Like you go to jail. I could go to jail. Yes. Oh fuck. I'm just gonna release the tape then. like was that what happened?
I have no idea. Anyway, it's getting covered on the news.
I love that scenario. See, like that's a writing scenario.
My favorite predictive astrologer.
Yeah.
DK Astrology on Twitter.
Yes, I know. You read.
She's got a finger on the pulse. This lady.
I asked her if she wanted to come on the show, and she never responded. She came and thanked you for all your praise. Yeah.
Well, I thank her
in chat, and then I immediately like capitalized, and I was like, "Cool, yeah. Well, we have like a little astrology component. It'd be fun if you would come on. Maybe we could talk about some charts." Fuck all.
Yeah.
I guess she thinks we're like, we're eye roll or whatever. I don't know.
Well, she's very busy. Also, she lives in Jamaica where they just had like a horrible hurricane. So,
Yeah. I was like, I wasn't expecting her to like accept, but maybe a cordial decline.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, what she said is that this is forecasted.
Yeah.
She said that secrets are coming out is forecasted because of the recent Uranus and Mercury opposition that we just had with that new moon in Scorpio.
Yeah.
She said, imagine the level of arrogance to call your customer base out like this. 2025 and 2026 pins death to the CEO/elitism culture. Every last one of them will get exposed. Saturn things.
Well, I don't eat Campbell's soup, and I haven't in a very long time because you know why? I think it's junk.
Yeah.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was garbage.
He thinks it's junk too.
Way back when, and I've never liked it. And as a matter of fact, if you go and you look up, and I have, because occasionally I have had a can of soup in my house, which are the best canned soups? Surprisingly, Progresso is on the short list of the best canned, like for your health,
That's who did the recording, for sure.
Progresso? Because they've had enough. This guy fucking feeds his customers cardboard.
Enough of this Campbell's supremacy.
Well, that's juicy. I'm so excited for him. I hope his life is completely ruined. But you understand it'll be ruined in this big nest of fucking wealth and privilege. Because that privilege, still never goes away. A perfect example of that is Mike Tyson. The reason Mike Tyson is what he is because he brings about privilege.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll just like move laterally. He'll get fired from Campbell's and he'll become the VP of like Little Debbie's or fucking Kellogg's or some shit.
He'll start a nonprofit.
Yeah,
he's gonna like start a nonprofit. He'd be like, I started a whole new nonprofit about how to recover from being a racist piece of shit, classist, elitist thief.
Because he's an expert now, he'll be a consultant.
Well, I hope that if it's true, he suffers all of the consequences, and I hope the biggest consequence is that people realize that it's not just Campbell's soup, that it's all this other fucking soup, that we should just start buying whole foods and cooking and finding time to do it. And like try, and as hard as that is, and I get it, that it's hard. So I'm totally, but there are ways around it. You made a soup today.
I spent all day in the kitchen. I intended to make 4 different dishes because I wanted to take some of the load off of tomorrow. And I made 2 because I overestimated my proficiency in the kitchen. I'm just very, very slow. But it can be done, you know.
But anyway, you made this soup.
Soup especially is really fucking easy.
And it last anybody however long, and it's amazing and it's healthy. It's made with whole foods, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever. I'm not going to go. I don't want to go on a preach, about it, but I don't know, man. I just hope because I'll tell you, we eat whole foods, and it's changed my life. I mean, I was sick. Like I have some lingering problems like headaches and so on and so forth. But I went through this years of, hives and just inflammation and couldn't figure out why. And as soon as I got off all of the preserved foods, my body, and I just started eating whole foods.
Yeah.
My body is healing rapidly.
No, the shit's poison, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you just don't know because it's like, and then now like I now have this like hypersensitivity to this stuff, as you know.
Yeah, I mean, you got this fucking vice president of Campbell's being like, we put absolute garbage in the food, and I don't fucking care. I don't care about my customers. I think that they're disgusting and stupid.
If you're having any struggle with your health
so
whatsoever,
that's probably how they all
Whole
feel.
Foods. Yeah, sorry.
I'm saying that's probably how they all feel.
Yeah.
It's better to just like not give them any money. Okay, so Kindly DiCaprio is asking, what is Dogma 95? I know that there's rules to it, but what are they?
Let's look it up. This way I can't get anything wrong. I know that you have to shoot. You can't shoot on film. That's easy. That used to be a problem.
Mr. Hands 57 has a joke.
I want to hear it.
I heard that he was making racial slurs with the alphabet soup.
That's a really good joke.
It's
a horribly good joke. You could tell that with like your little spoon in your hand. Cow. Okay, Dogma 95 rules, also known as the vow of chastity, are a set of 10 tenets for filmmaking designed to strip away artifice and focus on story, acting, and
called
theme.
It a vow of chastity?
Quote, unquote.
That's great.
Number 1, location shooting. Filming must be done on location. No sets or props are allowed unless they are naturally present.
Okay.
I love that rule. Let me tell you, man, the life and beauty, like it's about shooting the world. Like that's what I think the essence of indie film is shooting the world we live in. Like when it's called an indie film and they're shooting on stages or in very, stages in particular, it just I just don't even understand that. So location shooting, diegetic sound only. Sound must be recorded with the image. Music can only be used if it happens within the scene. And I love this for creatively just alone. Like, for example, one thing I would do immediately just now, and I'd only just now thought of this, is I would just have a musician, like a guitarist or whatever, just be present in the whole movie. And whenever I want them, they come into the set and they play live for that scene. And it would be just like this totally like almost fourth wall kind of opportunity. Like that's a creative way I would approach that, to have some different sound in there.
Like every character has
like we're sitting there having
guitarist.
This conversation and then like the mood changes and then all of a sudden like, like Saturday Night Live, like this dude just kind of drifts in and he like plays a song.
So stupid.
I love it.
Imagine?
I love it. You got to play with that. Handheld cameras. The camera must be handheld and any movement is permissible.
Okay. No tripods.
Correct. You cannot put it on sticks. You cannot put it on dollies. You can't use drones. You can't use gimbals.
God.
You've got to use it. You got to hold it in your hands. I would say you can use internal gimbals.
I would fucking cheat. For sure.
It's interesting because like as soon as you break the rules, there's something missing from the approach. So I would highly encourage, like if you wanted to make a Dogma 95 movie.
Okay, but you
unofficially,
can't set your camera down on a table. Like you can't set up something to put your camera down onto and film.
Yes, you can.
Okay, but it said handheld only.
Oh, maybe you can't.
So if you can't use a tripod,
Must be handheld.
you know,
correct.
I'm gonna call them. I need clarification on this.
Can I get Lars, please? Lars? Lars, no, I don't want to be your muse. I have a question, though.
Lars von Trier actually put an ad out in the paper seeking a muse.
Yeah, he did. He put, well, it was like yeah, it was like
that's
some
adorable.
kind of site. It was like seeking a muse.
I feel like people should just always do that.
He 100% got like, up me? You know, wait. Like, because they saw Nymphomaniac, they're like, what does it entail? Okay, color and natural light. Films must be in color and no special lighting is allowed. If there is not enough light, a single lamp can be attached to the camera. So you can use a front light on your camera. That's it. If you're going to shoot in the daytime, or you're going to shoot like full frame. Definitely want to shoot full frame in Dogma, for sure. You know, instead of like a Super 35. So a good camera would be like the Pocket Cinema 6K from Blackmagic Design. I use their 4K camera. It's fucking delicious.
So it's like a nighttime scene, but there's like 40 lamps in this person's room.
Well, you know, Kubrick would, you know, be lighting candles, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the thing about it. Like, it's just like you gotta embrace these opportunities, because that's really what it is. It now puts you in a. Here's the other thing that's really cool about it is you can sit and figure this out in your room.
Yeah.
You know, you can turn all the lights off and then just start lighting in your room and put your camera in a spot that you know you're gonna hold it by hand.
Mm-hmm.
And just set your camera up and play with your lights and have fun. It's fucking awesome. I mean, it's inspiring to me. This is inspiring. No optical work. No optical work or filters. They're all forbidden. No supernatural action. The film cannot contain superficial actions such as murders or elaborate stunts.
What do you mean? No murders?
No murders.
What if I want to do a murder movie?
The murder has to have already happened.
Oh.
Oh my God, we just got another super chat. Austin.
Did you see the little animation?
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's really cute.
You guys are overwhelmingly kind. You really are. It's overwhelming, actually.
Concerned citizen said, Angela, you need a shirt that says, no gimbals, the savagery.
The savagery. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so no temporal or geographical alienation. The film must take place in the here and now and not in a different time or place.
Okay, but I can't go back in time to do a murder? God damn it. That's the whole concept
No,
of
but
my
you could,
film.
I would think you could like lay down and have a dream.
No.
No, you can't.
Certainly not.
No.
That wouldn't be the here and now.
No, you just have to like have the camera on them going, mother, 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 mother.
Or have that like that weird wake up where they always sit straight up from a dream. Nobody has ever done that ever in the history of humanity.
No. Oh, you guys are so kind. Okay, no genre films. Genre movies are not acceptable.
So what do they mean?
By genre films?
Yeah.
Like horror, like intentional horror films.
Oh, like no horror, no fantasy.
Like you can have like a guy walking around in a mask, like a slasher film or whatever.
Well, why not?
Because it's the fucking rules, man.
I know, but it's really limiting.
Academy 35mm format. The film must be shot on Academy 35mm film. Oh, it has to be shot on film? What? I don't remember that being the case. Well, that's definitely not going to happen. And then the director is not credited. The director must not be credited.
What?
But it's just not credited on the credits. Like they're known as the director.
I'm no Justin Baldoni.
We know
okay,
that Thomas Vinterberg made. We know that Harmony Korine made Julian Donkey Boy. We know that Thomas Vinterberg made. It's actually, I love this. Think about Justin Baldoni and his big whine fest about not getting his fucking credit.
His vanity credit. Yeah, a film by.
In a film that he talks about the female gaze, the female gaze, the female gaze. His, commitment to the female gaze. The minute that his name isn't on top of the female's face.
Yeah.
Because they wanted it off the poster because it would be on her face, basically.
He has a fucking hissy fit.
He has a hissy fit about it.
He cannot stand
Tells the whole world.
And that it's her fault
That
too,
it's
when
her fault.
literally no one else is saying that she had anything to do with it whatsoever.
Nobody says anything about it
But
being her
he's
because it was
sure.
the fucking making of the poster. But this poor little whiny shit. And so I said earlier that it's the most vain credit. A film by credit is just so vain.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they did away with it entirely. So look, that's an optional credit, obviously, because it doesn't matter. You know, everybody knows who directed it. Everybody knows that. That's the point I tried to make about this stupid
Wait,
film.
I don't understand. They're saying that the director shall not be credited.
Right. On the film, meaning like on the posters and they're obviously the director. So it's they're credited in terms of their resume.
Oh,
They're
okay.
saying on the film or on the poster. So you know how like it says directed by?
Yeah.
No. Not in these movies.
Well, that's so weird.
You will see written by, but you won't see directed by.
Okay. So are you sure it's the poster?
And on the film too.
Weird.
You don't get credit for the film. You don't credit the director on the film.
I'm not down with that because I feel like people do deserve credit for what they've done. You know? Like, it's a huge accomplishment to direct a movie, especially with these limitations. Like, why wouldn't you want to give somebody credit for following the rules
because
and
they
doing
know,
it right?
That's the point I'm trying to make is everybody knows that Thomas Vinterberg made Fest 10.
You keep saying everybody knows, but that sounds a lot like a fucking Kevin Connolly in his deposition saying, you know, being asked, how did you know that it was supposed to be a short film? And he was like, just like this table is a table. I knew that Don't Spoil was a short film. You're like, that makes no sense. What do you mean everybody knows if they're not allowed to take credit in the movie?
It's a bad comparison because Thomas Vinterberg presented the movie. He was at all the festivals. When people want to interview the director, they interviewed Thomas Vinterberg. All that you don't get is the credit, the name on the film directed by. That's not where people look. I mean, you know, people find out about who directed it because of the talk. Nobody really cares about it. Like, few people are like, oh, I'm going to go see a movie today. Oh, who's the director? Unless it's already a notable director, nobody
I'm one of those
asks
people.
the question. Well, you are, but you're the exception, not the rule. The exception is who's in it.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. The rule is who's in it, right? The rule is like, oh, we want to go see a movie. Who's in it? You know, that guy from ER. What the fuck's his name? No. George Clooney. You know, like, and they're like, oh, I like George Clooney. Let's go see the George Clooney movie. They don't even think about the fucking director. Then they find out it's Steven Soderbergh. And then they're like, oh, it's a Steven Soderbergh film. What does that even mean? They don't care. They don't remember it afterward.
Cosmic Urgency said that there was a Dogma 2025 and that didn't land.
It's not surprising because why follow somebody's rules and try to get a certificate and all this nonsense? There's no way that it would elevate it to acquisition status just because you've got a Dogma stamp on it.
It's
and you know,
a pretty cool club to be in, though.
Who cares? Fuck your club. Fucking, it's like 10 grand.
Fuck your club.
They charge you 10 to, I think it was back then it was like $10,000 for a Dogma cert.
They charged money for this?
Yeah, $10,000.
Okay, what?
Yes.
Who? I just did the thing you hate so much. Wait, what?
I just saw that there's
you hate that so
there's a
much.
production company. I
Wait,
love
what?
it. There's a production company called Wait What?
No,
and I love it.
So
That's a perfect
it's
use
so
of it.
Stupid.
Wait What Productions?
Wait, what?
I love that.
I can't believe that they charge for giving you limitations and then nothing else.
Yes.
Like, so do you pay them $10,000 and then they distribute your movie? Or what do you get for it?
Do we pay them 10? Yes. No, they don't distribute it. You get a certificate.
That's it?
It's certified Dogma 95. So that means it comes with that, which will be press.
This is why this didn't take off.
This is why it didn't take off. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can shoot a Dogma 95 film without, because the idea is like, you know,
certificate.
Yeah, the money part of it turned me off big time.
That's such a
I was
fucking
like, what are you
scam.
doing, man? $10,000? You know what a fucking indie film could do with
That's
10
what I'm saying.
grand?
Yeah.
You know, that's our
You could buy a few lamps with that.
or meals.
Yeah.
Or meals, you know, like, come on, bro.
You could have a little guitarist
a little overtime,
following you around.
A couple days of overtime, you know, whatever. So, Dogma 95, there you have it. Those are the rules.
Mr. Hands 57 said, was Kevin Connolly indeed pointing at a table, though? You know what's really funny about that is that I was reading his deposition.
Yeah.
And so they the stenographer wrote down that Kevin Connolly said, just like this is a table, and it said in parentheses, indicating.
Indicating.
I knew that was a short film. And so the stenographer apparently made it seem like it was a table, but he never really specified.
That truly is one of the stupidest answers. This is a table.
The lawyers were like, okay. It's not an answer. How did you know that Don's Plum was a short film if nobody told you? And he's like, just like this physical object in front of me is a table.
I think like if we end up actually getting that footage, it'll be a trip for me to watch. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It was pretty crazy to watch Leo and Toby, which we do have. Okay, well there you go. So shoot, but like think about those limitations, kind of get to DiCaprio, and think about them in terms of like. Think about handheld camera and how that changes things and gives you so much different opportunity. And, you know, yeah, maybe you could update it to say, okay, I'm gonna be handheld and gimbal, you know, because with gimbals, you know, you can kind of give almost a dolly move, like not great, but
the dollies are so cool.
They're expensive.
I know, but they're fun looking.
They
look so great.
They're often overused because they should have a purpose, and most of the time they don't.
I like them all the time. Every time I see them.
Yes, to me. Exactly to me. Who would I be speaking on behalf of if I wasn't speaking on behalf of myself?
I don't know. Maybe the people that give the certificate.
I love diegetic sound.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Even if you don't take my stupid idea, but you're just thinking about that in terms of music. Like, you know that like if he, you know, puts on a record, that record has to be something you can license.
Kindly DiCaprio said, it sounds like a really fun way to work, but also kind of hard.
I don't know. It's all hard, man. There is no easy film. This is definitely easier than putting together a camera package with dolly and, you know, drone and whatever else they have now, jibs and like, if you're going all out with all the little tools and devices, that's expensive. It's wildly expensive. I feel like a lot of the time, you know, in a lot of directing, I see it's overused.
Kindly DiCaprio's
in the same way that shaking camera is overused.
Oh God, I fucking hate that so
And if
much.
you look at a lot of the shaking camera,
such a crazy trend now where you're like, I'm getting fucking seasick watching this movie.
If you look at the shaking camera that's being used, a lot of it is AI camera shake. It's like in your. It's not like that's not an egregious use of AI, but I can't stand it. It's still not an organic camera shake. And you can watch it. You watch some of them, you'll just pick up on the pattern. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's repeating.
Yeah, I have it. You know, in DaVinci Resolve is the editing software I use, and it's got like this whole camera shake effects section that I've never used, would never use.
I mean, like, I think something like that would be pretty cool if like Godzilla is like walking towards you and you have to like shake the camera for every step. Would be super fun.
Yeah, that's a totally different thing because that's more of an effect.
It's like a major pet peeve when everybody in the scene is stationary, right? They're all seated or everybody's very still.
And the camera's like this.
And the camera is moving around like the guy's on a fucking weeble wobble. It's fucking nuts, dude. I hate it so much.
Especially because our heads are on gimbals.
Yeah, like, that's right.
We walk smoothly. We see things smoothly. Mm-hmm. When I turn my head, it is not enough to make me sick. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think gimbals are game.
Kindly DiCaprio said, in your opinion, would it be a good format for someone's first movie, or would it be more of a gimmick?
Yeah, it's a great format for somebody's first movie.
I agree.
It's a perfect format for somebody's, especially if you take it on. Here's how it gets beautiful. You recognize the incredible breaks working in this sort of more simplistic way gives you. But you do not take them for granted. So that means you work extra hard on getting everything ready and right for when you roll these cameras.
Yeah, I also think that your strategy with Don's Plum, where you had 3 cameras rolling at all times, is the only way to make this work easily in the edit. Because if you've got diegetic sound, then that means that every time you cut to the next performer, it could be different sound on that person's audio, unless they're all being filmed simultaneously.
I think for the diegetic sound alone, you're right, unless you have the wherewithal, the creative wherewithal, and I have faith in you that you do, to create shots, to create full shots, and to understand the full shots. Mm-hmm. Like a good director, like look at Michael Lee. Look at Naked. Watch Naked. A lot of Naked stuff is, you'll see how you can work with. And by the way, diegetic sound means that you don't have to have anything in the background. And if you're just dealing with nothing, and it's just the sound of the people and whatever environment you might be in, like if you're outside and it's on a street, for example, and we're hearing cars go vroom, vroom,
Cars and buses and shit, man.
that's okay.
That'd be tough.
No, that's okay. If you just try to, just be cognizant of it as you're cutting, but conscientious of it or whatever. But just be aware that you have these sounds. But absolutely dig deep and study some guys like Mike Lee. Naked is a perfect movie for me to show you some beautiful ways to work with single camera. But having multi cameras, really smart, especially if you're going to be improvising. If you're going to be improvising, then it's so important. If you have background noise that can change and you're going diegetic, then you definitely have to consider a multi-camera situation in that situation, especially if it's music.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also forgo diegetic, like hardcore diegetic. You can score your movie and you can put your soundtrack in your movie. And I would actually recommend it. If you can get your movie scored, even better. But because the diegetic sound is really cool as an interesting idea, but it can also turn a movie into something real fucking boring real fast. Because copyright's a bear. You don't want to get on the wrong side of copyright.
Yeah, that's right. With music. All scientists said that about the handheld camera, what we see is smooth because our brains filter it out. For film, our brains don't get the sensory input to filter out the fine movements.
Interestingly enough,
this is my issue.
More and more, we're getting closer and closer and closer to cameras. And there are some that do it, like Panasonic has some really great internal gimbals. So a lot of internal gimbals in cameras are happening now. So, I would definitely look at like working with the Panasonic, especially they have like they have these S cameras. I have the S1H, which is...
Mr. Hens 57 said the cameras you shoot this live on could absolutely be used to make a movie. Visuals are pretty good.
Yeah, this camera, the camera that shoots me is an S1H 6K. It's Netflix approved. I can shoot features on this for Netflix approved. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's a super badass camera.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. It's a really badass camera. They're like $4,000 new. You can probably pick up a used one for under $2,000 though. They're super sweet. They have a coating on the sensor that gives it this really super filmic look. And right now, like this is just a raw, like I'm just using some internal color. I'm not doing anything with it. But if you shoot this in log, you can make some pretty pictures with it for sure. This camera gets me excited when I think about like making a film, knowing I have this good little piece of gear. All right, so. And Angela's is a GH5, which isn't terrible, but it's not. I wouldn't shoot a feature on it. I'd do some pickups with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good little 4K camera. Top-notch videography camera.
Does it do low light?
No.
So like,
it's a micro.
The Given 6 is with us. Asked, could you make Don's Plum Blu-ray? It's only on DVD, at least online.
I don't have any control over any of that. I wish I could. I don't even make money on Don's Plum. I'm not in control of any of that. I don't know who's selling the DVDs.
Somebody is. Somebody's making DVDs. Money on Don's Plum.
I should be making money off of every single DVD that gets sold, but I don't. So I would encourage you then to buy my book, Too Real, a Hollywood Memoir, written by yours truly, which is the story of how Don's Plum was such a good little movie that became a train wreck in so many ways. Bad pitch. Good movie. Good book. Go to Amazon, read their reviews. They're better than me. But I did write a pretty good little book. Check it out. You can also read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, which I highly encourage. Every time I see all the pages being read, I'm all like, see? Enjoyable and free.
Yeah.
And I get paid a little bit. Yes, it's a small amount of money, but I'm more than grateful just to have the readers, That's why it's there.
The Junk Farm recommended Said this is not related, but watch the TV series Brain Dead if you want to see a cool way to use music. Also, I'm not 100% sure it's not a documentary like Idiocracy.
Brain Dead 1993? Is that what we're talking about?
A TV series.
Brain Dead TV series? Got the nicest compliment. The Given 8 says it's a perfect 8 out of 10 for me. It's like, you have no idea what that does for me. I think we have a lot of people we hang out with on a regular basis here, and they have to, like, every other day, they have to hear me say, you have no idea how important that is for me to hear. But it does. It changes. Like, you can't imagine the feelings that I have. You remember that movie I shot that movie 30 fucking years ago. And that it holds up today in so many ways is, it's as good as it gets. Brain Dead movie? What are we talking here?
TV series, apparently.
God damn it. There's so many Brain Dead, of course. Series. Streaming. Oh, God damn it. Watch Dale look for movies. Because maybe it's on, it's $1.99. What is it? What is it?
Our scientists gave us cooking advice.
Okay.
Said the secret isn't to cook the dishes the day before. You just get all of the ingredients prepared so that you can just chuck them in the oven or on the stove the day of.
Well, the soup though, it
is better after it's
it ages so great after one day. It's
yeah.
just like all those spices and herbs.
I'm going to tell you guys my menu,
out.
even though it's like, of course it's like super self-indulgent to do this, but we're gonna do it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so for an appetizer, we're having today I have for you. We're gonna have curried butternut squash soup.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
It's insanely delicious. And the aftertaste, what really blew my mind is the aftertaste. There's none. Like, it's just this incredibly, like, powerfully, beautifully rich soup, and then it just finishes off on the palate. It's amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a vegetarian Thanksgiving. So they just call it vegetarian nut loaf, which sounds not appetizing, but it's basically just a vegetarian meatloaf with like rice and herbs and mushrooms and nuts and cheese. So we're going to try it. Never tried
like
it before.
Parmesan or whatever.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of cheese in it.
Yeah.
Okay. With mushroom gravy.
Yes.
With a bunch of really awesome mushrooms and a shit ton of herbs.
Yeah.
Okay. Then sweet potato puree. If you guys don't know what to do with your sweet potatoes tomorrow, if you got sweet potatoes and you don't really have anything clever to do with it, I'm going to fucking enlighten you, bro. All you have to do is put the combination of maple syrup and orange juice and ginger together with sweet potatoes. It's like going to fucking blow your mind.
Yeah, it changes you.
So you just
it changes your view of that dish forever.
All you need is like 2 pounds of sweet potatoes, and then you cook them, and then you mash them with, it's like, you can memorize the recipe. It's 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 3 tablespoons of orange juice, and 1 tablespoon of ginger. It'll fucking blow your mind.
Yep.
And you just mash all that up.
Now I got to cut this up and put that recipe on the live.
So good. It'll blow everybody's minds. I usually bring that whenever we go someplace.
It's so delicious.
If we ever got invited to Thanksgiving dinner, I would bring that one and everybody would love it.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to have Brussels sprouts. And then Dale wanted cornbread stuffing, which I've never made before.
I don't know that I wanted it.
Well, you wanted a stuffing.
I've
never been a fan of stuffing. So we're going to try it.
Yeah.
And then I'm making pumpkin pie with maple whipped cream. Oh, so good.
Oh, here we go. Brain Dead season 1.
You found it?
Perhaps.
Save it. We got to watch it.
I'm going to see it right now. Will I be able to watch it?
The Given 6 says, my reviews for Don's Plum
yes
and Heat are kind of the same, which is funny because they couldn't be any more different, but they do the same sorts of things well, just in very different ways.
That's really funny, dude. We just watched Heat. I mean, I saw it when it came out, obviously.
That's really funny.
That's
How funny. Were they similar? Like dudes talking about the women in their life?
That's super funny.
One of these guys is really attractive, can't get a date. Right? That's a Val Kilmer character.
By the way, you can also pick this book up on my website at freedomsplum.com. And I signed those ones for those who like to have collectibles. I don't know that this is a collectible. Pardon me. But yeah. Check it out there if you want.
Okay,
now,
so
I was going to break down this article.
What is it?
This Lively Reynolds, I think this is the one I was going to break down.
Okay, well, Ritus had a question.
Yeah.
Have we seen the massive unsealing that's coming next month? Yes. So the judge just ruled today.
Yeah.
It's like a you win some, you lose some today for Blake Lively.
Yeah.
So she was trying to get Katie Case's messages. Excuse you.
Yeah.
And the judge ruled that she cannot. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a bummer and a loss for them.
It's shocking.
Well, you know, I understand what the judge was saying. I read the ruling today, and I don't really understand a lot of this stuff because I'm kind of, I haven't really been following the Jones Works case very closely, and that's what this is.
Because it was a ruling on the Jones case, which is, so it's weird.
But Lively, it's, you know, they're all sharing the docket. I mean, their discovery.
No, it's a loss for her in that way.
So, but the judge
He's
was
not going
saying,
to rule on it again for her.
yes, I know. But the judge was saying that it's, that the court will always err on the side of protecting the privacy and the rights of non-parties. And that's who Katie Case is. So she doesn't have to turn over that evidence.
Yeah.
But she did prevail on a lot of the things that she wanted to get unsealed. Not everything, of course, but there's a lot of, you know, so it was like she won some. We're going to get a bunch of stuff, new evidence unsealed December 3rd. So we can expect a big drop.
So we're going to have like kind of a chill time, just going to watch people be crazy.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Between now and then.
What do you mean? That's so vague. I'm worried. Dale, what do you mean?
What do I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We're going to watch people be crazy?
Yeah, like, you know, they're just like this shit. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds tried to prevent a black man from defending himself in court and want all private footage of his wife giving birth. Like that's a crazy person's headline.
You have to be so ignorant of
that headline should be
the basic facts
litigious.
Of this argument in court to even assume any of this shit. You have to be so fucking ignorant. Like that's not even
here's
a
some
fraction of the story.
This shit just like blows my mind. Indeed, the case can be summarized as follows.
Oh, okay.
Lively and Reynolds hijacked the It Ends With Us movie to coerce Wayfarer into granting Lively an unearned PGA credit, thus paving the way for the two of them to go after Baldoni's lucrative rights to the sequel, and then escalated that coercion to false sexual harassment claims when Wayfarer refused to take blame for the Lively and Reynolds' poor marketing decisions during the promotional tour in August of 2024. And what they say with a straight face is poor marketing decisions on a movie that made $340 million in the box office.
I know they say that she stole the movie, even though she had not obtained any of the movie.
Fucking spins me out of control.
Yeah.
I just can't believe like that anybody could read this and not immediately see how there's no credibility. This is the third paragraph. Third paragraph.
It's an article?
Yeah.
Oh, on Medium?
On Medium, yeah. Some fucking
so
crazy
weird.
Person. Let's give this crazy person a name.
Well,
it's not a real name. Her name is Eumonia Dyke. So there you go. What a fiercely horrible human being. Like, it's just the most, her title is to try to create racists out of these two. And then the body of her, in the body of her work, she says the case can be summarized as something that it has it's fucking it's out in space. It's with Marjorie Taylor Greene's like laser beams and fucking madness, utter madness. Blows my mind. So that's what I mean by crazy people.
Well, I'm glad that we're doing this, right? Like, I'm glad that we're talking about the evidence and at least holding up this tiny little flag in the burning wasteland that is the discussion online about this case.
Also, I just says it's an AI bot account, and maybe it is. I don't know, but a bunch of the It Ends With Lawsuits people, they're all in there be like, I go in and I read it. I really want to support her work. She's an excellent journalist, way better than that New York Times bitch. Like,
that's true. There was somebody who did this long hyperbolic post on Reddit about how Megan Twohey should be ashamed of herself.
Oh yeah, no, she should resign.
She should resign.
Megan Twohey should resign by a 20-year. Oh, that's the one I wanted to talk about. Oh, let's go find it. Oh my God, thank you. That was the one. I was like, why is it? This
I
isn't
didn't
the
even
one.
read it. It was too long. I was like, oh my God,
It's
you've
hilarious.
got a lot to say.
You have to see this. This is fucking hilarious. To me, this is the most hilarious thing of it all.
It's just
The
so
madness
sad.
of these people, especially because it's like, it is kind of sad because on the one hand, you know, you're like, well, here, let me show you. This is somebody coming from somebody who says they have 20 years in the business
Of journalism.
of journalism.
So they don't care for people who win the Pulitzer?
I can't even.
Is that what they're saying?
It's just.
That the New York Times should that she shouldn't work with the New York Times anymore after she won a Pulitzer with them? It's so weird. As somebody who personally read and very much enjoyed Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor's book, she said, I just want to state very emphatically that I believe that Megan Twohey is a fucking hero. And that
You're a straight up
I just
stan.
cannot, I absolutely cannot abide by any Megan Twohey slander. It's just so absurd. There is absolutely nothing that she's ever done wrong. And especially in her recent reporting, like the last 10 years of reporting, like she's really made a difference and a positive change in people's lives. Hollywood would not be as safe as a place as it is today. You know, for better or for worse, I know it's still pretty much not very safe, but it's way, way, way improved because of her work. Explicitly her.
Well, let me enlighten you about how some other people feel about this woman. Okay?
Are you going to read the whole thing?
I'm going to read it. Yeah, it's not that long. This is, first of all, it says, Dear Megan Twohey.
Oh, it's an open letter to Megan Twohey.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it ends with lawsuits because you know she's just sitting there poring over that sub.
She's so much better than this.
She's like, I'll leave that to the fool Dale. Dear Megan Twohey, it's time to resign. And then here's the text begins, what a difference a year makes. 20-year journalist here, so perhaps that's why I'm especially critical of Megan Twohey's involvement. So many of the participants in this scheme turned out to be the, quote, wannabes that jumped on the bandwagon to please Ryan and Blake in the hopes that it would advance their own career.
That's us.
Yes, of course. Well, as soon as we get to 1,000 followers, we get a brand new house. It ends with us. So this is who she says jumped on the bandwagon. The entire It Ends With Us cast, Colleen, Liz, Claire, etc. So basically everybody.
The entire
Basically
cast.
every fucking buddy.
And you're not going to
wrong.
stop and think for a second that maybe these people might know more about the situation than
It
you.
is
You're talking
frightening.
about people who are intimately involved and knowledgeable, and you're saying that they're on a fucking bandwagon?
It is so frightening.
So
no
weird.
ethics, no integrity, and no ability to think for themselves. But Megan's role was different.
Okay.
Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I liken her to being a dirty cop. She intentionally performed no investigation because she was moving forward with a predetermined agenda. She didn't follow the story. She helped others create one. Why? Perhaps to influence a negative public perception of Justin as a favor to Leslie Sloan, rumored to have given her quotes about Weinstein, who was the financier behind Leslie's PR business. Did she want to enhance her own notoriety before her movie came out and found the digital aspect of the story offered a new twist to Me Too?
This is written by Melissa Nathan.
So somebody's sitting around
I'm
and
certain
thinking
of
about
it.
this. They're like, fuck yeah. They're sitting around thinking
I'm
about
fucking
this.
sure of it because Melissa Nathan has beef with Megan Twohey specifically.
Does she?
Well, Megan Twohey has been reporting on her and outing her as being behind the Amber Heard slander online. You know,
Yeah.
this huge like fucking smear campaign.
Yep, yep.
So she was writing about that, and she was writing about now she's written about this, you know. I think that Megan Twohey I think that Melissa Nathan has been really wary of Megan Twohey for a really long time. I think that she sees her as a threat to her business.
This journalist of 20 years follows with this, follows her next paragraph with this first sentence I find completely amazing. Because if anybody's written anything of any value, ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They most likely had to go through the arduous process of working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
That's how good things get written typically.
This is true.
Typically. There are some exceptions, very rare. Very talented people can sit down and just write some shit. But most people, they got to write that shit and then rewrite that shit and then rewrite that shit. And this is why most writers, you know, or wannabe writers, so-called wannabe writers fail because they just don't want to go through the continuous fucking beating of getting it wrong and
That's me.
and wrong and wrong and wrong. She was contacted months before publication to begin working on the story, as metadata now has proven.
Months? That's actually a really quick turnaround.
I just, it's just so unfathomable to be this stupid.
So they thought
to call yourself a 20-year fucking journalist and then say she had the audacity to work on a story for months. For months.
And that's why she's not good at her job.
She needs to fucking watch All the President's Men again.
Yeah. How long it took him? Like a year, right?
I would also argue that if graphics were created 2 months prior, like the data shows, she had begun working on the story much earlier. That's how it works in newsrooms. Oh, thanks for the tip, lady. This trumps any claims of Megan of, quote, Megan was just covering the complaint that was filed the previous day. There is zero possibility of writing a story with that massive word count in 24 hours, which is conveniently now behind a paywall, so I don't know the exact count. Like, I can't believe the stupidity of this human being. Like, she doesn't understand that she can work on the article for the whole time, but can't publish it before it's filed.
Mm-hmm.
Does she not? Is she that stupid? She calls herself a journalist of 20 years and doesn't understand a simple idea that they can all keep it secret until it's not a secret anymore. It's just the madness behind that. And by the way, Megan Twohey and, of course, Blake Lively, and any publicist with any experience whatsoever would know immediately that as soon as she files, if somebody picks up on it, they don't have any control over it.
That's right.
So they're going to control the narrative of their own fucking amazing or major breakthrough fucking litigious.
That reminded
document.
me of like when Tobey Maguire was like shrieking at you about having secret meetings about the movie. And you're like, it was producer meetings. Like you weren't invited because you're not a producer. You know?
Yeah, right.
Like, of course they're going to have meetings. Of course they're going to be working on this in secret because it's a story that she wants to get right before anybody hears it.
A story like that takes considerable time. And of course, plenty of time to contact Wayfarer, but as we already know, that wasn't done until 9 p.m. the night before. There's no way this person was a 20-year journalist.
No.
When we did the New York Post documentary, they gave Leo 2 fucking days. Mm-hmm. 2 days for a 90-minute 3-part documentary. They gave him 2 fucking days.
To answer. Yeah.
They gave him 2 days. They may have extended it one more day because they said they were going to respond or something. A story like that takes considerable time, blah, blah, blah. So, in addition, because by the way, they don't want people getting in front of it with their own press. It's always the same shit. In addition, a story of that magnitude that they knew would blow up instantly has to be run through all the top leadership and legal. The review process takes time.
There you go.
You're a real fucking Sherlock Holmes.
That out.
One.
Figure that out
fucking
yourself.
read all the books.
Well, also, it just seems like they're contradicting themselves.
I can't believe the simplicity of their thinking. Like,
have they gotten to
very
the part,
simple.
Have they gotten to the part where they describe why Megan Twohey should resign?
Well, let's see. That brings up additional questions of where were the checks and balances on this story? Did Megan have so much clout at the New York Times that she was able to bypass this process? Were there other people involved who intentionally looked the other way? The original story contained phrases like serious sexual misconduct and so many other descriptions that were later softened once the dancing video came out and Blake's narrative started to blow up. It's inconceivable for me to understand how this wasn't checked or presented serious legal red flags. So what's interesting about that is how wrong she is contextually, because I don't believe that that the dance video came out until well after the article from the New York Times.
Correct.
She's
just wrong.
She's got a foggy brain.
That's right.
Journalist of 20 years. Also, what exactly was this based on? As other Redditors have pointed out, where are the thousands of pages of documents she reviewed or to corroborate Blake's claim? Because it really seems like Blake's evidence of retaliation was just a few text messages cherry-picked and strung together along with a planning document. Are the thousands of pages referring to the additional content on Jenna Abel's phone, her iCloud account, her pictures, personal information, fertility info, etc.? What made up the thousands of pages of documents? My guess would be that there was never thousands of pages of anything. The madness.
Okay.
There's only 2 more paragraphs of this, but I can't help but
So she's assuming.
I'm just amazed
she's
by
making
this.
assumptions, and this is why she thinks she
Yes,
should
she's
resign.
just making all these ridiculous assumptions. Absolutely no. She's definitely obviously said not a single thing that would ever constitute a resignation or any kind of. And finally, what? So you know what I mean? Like she's presented absolutely nothing, and
No,
she's at a finally already. And finally, what did Megan know about the subpoena? She references it in her story. Quote, "This information obtained through a subpoena." There's no journalist anywhere who would have taken somebody's word of, "Trust me, there was a subpoena." That likely means that Megan would have had to seen, that's what she wrote, the Van Zandt subpoena. And of course, in reviewing that, any reasonable person would have realized timelines didn't match up. John Doe defendants not making sense, etc. It also brings up a very serious question. Did Megan know the information she was reporting on was stolen and obtained through illegally?
What did Megan know?
What's so funny about it is like she's not talking about the fucking evidence. The evidence itself is so damning. It's the most damning evidence in this whole fucking case.
I know, and it's undisputed. It's everybody agrees that that's what those text messages say.
That's what they say, and they can pretend that it was cherry. Yes, well, you would cherry pick the ones that are bad.
Yep.
Like what do you? Oh, Blake Lively's a flower in the sky. Like what are you looking for here?
Yeah, she's not going to include the part where they're like, "Sorry, I lost service in the
fucking
tunnel."
Lawsuit. She's going to bring up the shit that made her sue. Fucking fool.
Did you see No Two Trolls?
No.
Give us a tip with this cute little creature you should see in the chat.
Okay, I'll be right there. I'm going to go. Was she the one who recommended them to the subpoena before she could report on it? There were so many questions here, but the bottom line is that there is no answer possible that isn't downright shady and breaks every single journalistic value. This is not a journalist of 20 years.
No, of course
This person isn't even a student of journalism.
Yeah.
They never even went to fucking journalistic school. I never went to journalism school. I taught
also,
at one.
what's a journalistic value?
What is a journalistic value?
Define.
Well, I guess one would be balance. A journalistic value would be balance and impartiality.
I don't think they're called values.
Well, I mean, if you were gonna call it a value, I hope Wayfarer appeals the New York Times case because I do understand they have a strong wall of legal protections, but in this case, there is no getting around that Megan Twohey was not acting in good faith and serving the public interest. In fact, it was the exact opposite. She was using her power and position to push a false narrative that she knew would have devastating impact and destroy people and their families. Like, again, why wouldn't you use your head in making this statement? This is the part of this that, in terms of the psyche of these people who are following this nonsense, this is the part of it that really blows my mind. Because one of the things that I'm relying on quite heavily is I think, very basic idea that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, or just Blake Lively alone, would not hone in on and try to destroy a man who's a father of 2 kids, who's married, over anything. Like anything.
Yeah.
Other than in defense of herself or her industry or her work, as she's doing now. And again,
I don't think that she's trying to destroy him at all. I think that she was like, "Hey, man."
But as a matter of like walking on and being like, I'm just suddenly I'm going to become evil. I'm going to become this like this assassin of people's lives and livelihood. And he's got a billionaire, he'll be fine. Like,
it's such a weird assumption.
It's just so weird. It's so weird. And then to say that this person here, like, just the idea, like she doesn't hear herself what she's saying. She was using her power, her position to push a false narrative that she knew would have devastating impact and destroy people and their families. So stop and think about that stupid statement there that has no actual substance at all. It's fucking broken. But this is the psychology. Why I'm in this sub so much. People are like, oh, maybe get out of that sub. I can't. I'm addicted to it. You know why? Because I want to understand a little bit about what breaks their brain. How is their brain so broken that they can look at she literally at the beginning starts it off with saying literally everybody is against Justin Baldoni.
I know.
And doesn't get the clue.
Doesn't think for a second that maybe it means that they have information that you don't. If everybody that worked with him on that set took her side.
and they turn it into this false power.
I think that the difference between them and us is just comes down to one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
There are people who read Justin Baldoni's lawsuit and they read Brian Friedman's super wild hyperbole where he is talking about how Blake Lively stole this and threatened that and made demands here and was, had no evidence whatsoever to support his claims. And often his evidence refuted his claims.
Right.
Well, they read Brian Friedman's words and they took that as truth. Because it's in a lawsuit, they didn't realize that he could just
lie.
It could be a creative writing exercise.
Yeah.
And so they trusted that what they're reading is true. And so that was the story they got. And so they've run with it ever since. And they've never, ever challenged that belief. You and I read that.
Yeah, it was.
We read that together. And immediately I was
one
like,
of us here would
I was like, hey, that sounds really unbelievable. Let's look at the evidence and see whether there's anything that supports this at all. And there wasn't. And so I just dismissed it. I totally dismissed anything he said that was not supported by evidence. That's the difference. I think that's the only difference between them and us.
I honestly don't see how she can be taken seriously going forward, says this writer. As other Redditors have pointed out, she both helped create the Me Too movement and also aided in destroying its credibility.
Oh my God.
The irony of it, the irony of it all is mind-blowing.
Fucking Melissa Nathan and Jen Abel took down everybody with them. I do not understand why. It's just so fucking crazy that the blast zone of the Blake Lively damage has fucking put shrapnel into all these other people. Right?
Yeah.
Like Megan Twohey's now fucking feeling this pain. Colleen Hoover got fucking like
none of these fucking people ever heard
online.
of Megan Twohey before this case, and
cared.
none of them would have fucking cared to pick up anything. They mean nothing to Megan Twohey. They don't not a dime of their world would ever shine its fucking shiny little fucking face on Megan Twohey's
I know, and
world.
people are like incredulous, wondering why more of Blake Lively's friends haven't come out in support of her. It's like, well, this is fucking why.
Well, Megan Twohey wouldn't bother anybody. What the fuck does she care about this? Here's the top voted up. The first sentence of the top voted upvoted comment, 227 points, which is a big upvote in this sub. The first sentence is this, and this is a person obviously in support of all this nonsense. It's crazy that the New York Times would destroy its credibility to please a Hollywood couple. They're so close.
That is crazy.
They're just right there.
You guys should think about that, actually.
They're just sitting right there,
Think about how crazy that would be.
You're right there. You're almost there. You just have to fucking open your eyes.
I know, they can smell it.
Don't have a sentence come after that.
I know.
Don't let a sentence come after that. Just stop and sit with that sentence.
It's crazy to think. You're like, there you go.
Spend a half an hour just with that sentence. Just spend a half an hour with that sentence. Go up and read her sentence where she said that they had a huge legal department work on this story before they moved forward. And then the case got thrown out real fast.
Think about it, guys.
Think about it. Collect the break. But look, it's not just that they're so out of touch and they're not thinking about it. For me, it is, at least to some degree, fucking revealing and just their brain set and like how there's like this is the only savior to this is therapy. Like you can't have a conversation with this person and say, hey, can we just like wiggle around with some facts for a while and see what we come up with? No. There are no facts for this person.
I feel sorry for them because here's the thing. So we're on this side where we've like determined that we got a pretty good idea about what the story is, right?
Yeah.
And so like every new thing that comes out and every new question that's asked, like, I'm like, yeah, well, that fits into the story this way because we're talking about what really happened. But these guys are constantly having to ask like, God, it's really crazy that the New York Times would act this way. And wow, it's really crazy that the entire cast would be against Justin Baldoni. And wow, it's really crazy. They have to like keep like stacking more cards on their house of cards. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, we don't have to do that because everything kind of fucking fits in the story of what really happened. Which is that she complained about sexual harassment. He had a big fucking paranoid freak out about it, decided to attack her. And then she was like, oh, well, you can't do that. That's illegal. And then she went and filed a lawsuit and did a story in the New York Times with Megan Twohey, who reports on retaliation. That's her beat.
It's what she does.
Men who retaliate against their sexual harassment accusers. Like, if he hadn't done the retaliating, Megan Twohey wouldn't have written the story, because what she doesn't write about is sexual harassment in the workplace. She writes about retaliation.
It's so crazy that like they're not looking at the situation and seeing that a woman complained about a man and then had her entire life ruined before the world for it.
Yeah.
Because that's really what we're seeing happen. There's no it doesn't matter if Blake Lively was a bitch or whatever,
No,
whatever people
it's
want
fucking
to
irrelevant.
try to create about her. She's a racist. Okay, even if she's a racist, which I certainly don't believe for a second, but even if she is a racist and Ryan Reynolds is a racist and they have this like totally weird underbelly life that nobody will ever really truly know or see because they're super rich and they, frolic in all the blood and guts of the wealthy. Whatever, all your goddamn conspiracy theories, all of it. She doesn't do this. She doesn't make this move ever. She doesn't go and show up. This notion, this idea that they were wrestling it away to get a sequel, the rights were already earned. She knew that this was going to blow the sequel up.
She became close friends with Colleen Hoover. It's really not an issue.
No Two Trolls, thank you so much. You're so freaking kind. And yeah, that little beast is so cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's really hilarious.
Ritus has given us a little bit more context about the rulings today.
Thank you, Ritus.
Okay, so Lively still has rights to the messages. It's Jones who lost the rights. Isn't that interesting?
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know if it was joint or what. Because...
Ritus said Lively has subpoenas that are still active to Katie Case.
Okay.
Scientists,
I just can't believe that her testimony wouldn't be relevant.
I'm still wary. I still don't know if she's going to prevail because what the judge wrote about protecting non-parties from having to divulge industry secrets or whatever personal communications that they had. He said that the court always errs on protecting them and making them letting them maintain their privacy about this kind of stuff. Yeah. So I don't know whether she's going to prevail on that. A scientist said the judge also gave Jones instructions on how she can still get those documents.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's neat.
What you got to do, see?
You guys are so helpful.
Is you got to go when everybody's sleeping to her office.
You got to bring bolt cutters.
Take one of these.
One of these.
Give it one quick push. The thing will snap off. You get in there and you get all the documents you need.
What you got to do is write up a sham subpoena, and I will rubber stamp that. Right?
Cosmic Urgency is asking when the trial is going to be over. I know it's going to be so dominating of everything.
Probably April, right?
It'll probably be over in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I'm also excited for. I want this trial to be over. I'm like, as far as this is like goes,
we have to move to New York temporarily.
I want to.
You, me, and the dog.
If we had the money, I would go
and sit in the trial.
I would go and sit in the trial. I would sit outside the courtroom. I'm all in on this. I love this story. I'm also, you got to get you a lawyer, see, and take her. Yeah, you're right. You got to go get you a lawyer, see, and then take her cell phone. It's so stupid. Like, I love that how absolutely undone everyone is that.
About Van Zandt?
That they pulled off Van Zandt, because it's such a masterstroke.
Oh, yeah.
Just a straight up masterstroke. It's just illegal. It's just illegal.
I know. People are like, oh my God, it's illegal. Like, no, they just got outplayed, bro. Like, that's what happens when you have good lawyers. They can just fucking.
If it was the other side, they'd be like, look how slick and smart these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
They're no match for us.
Exactly.
And of course, like, because we're obviously, I guess you could say we're pro-Lively. It's not, I don't have any kind of impartiality to individuals in this situation. I really, really, truly am only interested in the truth. We should get to some chat, right? We haven't done some chat.
Yeah.
Let's do some chat.
The Junk Farm said that birth video is no longer private footage once you show it around the set, just like Jennifer Abel didn't have private messages on Stephanie Jones's phone.
And believe you me, that was not the first person he showed that to. Obviously, we know because he showed it to Justin Baldoni.
Yeah. I can't get over the fact that their whole argument that made him feel compelled to show the birth video to Blake Lively, who was a mother of 4, by the way, was an argument that happened the day before about them wanting her to get naked. So that, like, they're very conveniently leaving out these like horrible details when they're criticizing her for simply wanting to obtain evidence in a case so that she can show the jury in the trial what truly happened. Like, she's entitled to have truthful evidence to show the jury.
Of course.
So if he doesn't want to
well,
fucking...
she's entitled to the
if it
evidence.
was really no big deal, then
relevant
he should
to
be
the
like,
case.
okay, well, here it is. Like, no problem. Like, I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it. You know, he's the one who's responsible. If anybody's pro clutching about that video now being in the court, it's his fucking fault.
I think Jones totally told Lively to subpoena her. 100%. 100% Jones did. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jones was like, what you got to do is, or they just went to lawyers and said, hey, how do we do this? Because Jones is like, I've got this. Like she probably saw it before it was subpoenaed. It's just all about getting it on the record. She knew it was there. Definitely.
I definitely love the stories about like,
they know what case has too, I bet.
you know, like battle strategy where it's like, okay, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, I love those stories.
Yeah.
I think they're super juicy.
Yeah.
And I think that Jones was like, okay, well, I'm working with Jennifer Abel, who's trying to steal my client and fuck up my business. And she's gonna fucking bury me if I don't make a very, very clear separation between the work she's doing that I do not condone and the work that I'm doing and I need to protect my clients.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, if she found out that they were trying to attack Blake Lively, for sure she would be like, hey, Blake Lively,
Come on.
you want to see some shit?
Well, obviously, and she's got her own reputation to protect.
Yeah,
and
of
so
course,
she's sitting there
dude.
saying, this woman's trying to sabotage my entire business.
Yeah.
She's already trying, she's going to steal Wayfair, a fucking billionaire-backed client. It's massive.
It is so rich to blame Stephanie Jones for doing any of this when it's fucking Jennifer Abel, who was so careless and so dumb.
It's Blake's fault that Jamie showed her the video.
Yeah.
You know, it's Blake's fault that Justin let her into the editing
Everybody's
room.
fault but theirs, right? Fuck them.
And it
Fuck these
goes
guys.
on and on and on and on and. I had to share that with you guys. I hope you didn't mind it because I just get blown away by the stupidity. This has 400. Now this sub on average, like this has 448 upvotes. I didn't downvote it. Let me get to that.
Oh, last thing. Ritus said, Ritus, you're so helpful. Thank you. Katie Case will likely hand over that evidence to Lively on December 9th. I think it's still being ruled on, though. A scientist said, speaking of all of us bots should be liking and subscribing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, like is
All of us
the
Lively
likes
bots.
are awesome, dude. The likes help. You know, I read some shit about likes and how they help, and boy, do they help. So if you've got a second and you can hit the like button, do it. Smash that like button, people. Blake Lively, like these are. So anyway, this sub typically 57, 58, 164, 229. That's getting up there. 374. That's a lot higher, and that was the TMZ poll. Which I spelled Pole when I made my GIF, which is hilarious. 143. This fucking Megan Twohey article, 454. Like one of the top, if not the top, I think the only one that, no, look at that. Not even that. Not even Blake Lively and the Ryan Reynolds tried to prevent a black man. Oh, the racists piled into there. Upvote, upvote, upvote. So people like this is the creme de la creme. This post that I just read to you. This is like top shelf.
You know in Shane Norman's lawsuit where he said that he met with Steve Sarowitz and Steve Sarowitz was like, yeah, we need somebody that looks like you around here. To Shane Norman.
Yeah.
In his racial discrimination lawsuit.
Yes.
Do you think that that's why they promoted Jamie Heath? Because Jamie Heath didn't know.
He's a Baha'i.
He didn't really know.
And he's black.
He didn't really
Gold
know.
mine.
Because he didn't really know what his job was. Like in the deposition, they were like, so what were you doing for the company? And it was like, oh, like creative stuff.
When I was making Small Group and developing the screenplay, the writer, who's white, wrote one black character to be this character with a Southern accent, a black man with a Southern accent, and laughed hysterically about it. And I was like, what's funny about that? He's like, he's black. He's got this like real drawl, like this like white person's drawl. And I looked at him and I was like, I'm trying to figure out, because I know you think this is a precious joke.
You struggled so much.
I'm trying to
with
figure
this
out
guy and his
what the fuck is funny here.
and his Southern comedy.
And he kept going on and on and on about it. And I was like, do you know that there's some black people with English accents? Have you ever seen that? I was like, did you know that people, when they live in a region, Adopt the region's accent.
I know.
It's a part of how.
It makes me so uncomfortable just to even talk about it.
Why are you that broken? Why did I even bring that up?
I don't know.
Where did I come from?
Oh, no, because I was talking about how Steve Sarowitz told Shane Norman, we need somebody that looks like you around here.
I just can't believe like people are just like he was handing the script out to people going, yeah, this is the funniest shit ever. I'm like, listen to me. I ended up in an argument with him because I was like, I'm trying to tell you nicely.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get it through anymore nicely.
You're like, do you want to distribute your film just to your little group who gets this joke? Or do you want to distribute it nationally,
I'm literally
maybe
like,
internationally?
This is racist, Matt. What do you mean? It's not racist.
Yeah. Of course,
it's just funny. I was like, it's fucking racist, Matt.
Yeah.
That's not funny, dude. It's racist. It's just weird. They don't understand the depth of their problems. And this is what makes them so scary and practically unapproachable. Like I said, it's like, it's therapy or bust. Because how can you help somebody that speaks in this way and is so detached?
Everything that we've heard about Steve Sarowitz has just been him saying the most outlandish things that I can't believe that he actually verbalized out loud. Like the sort of things where you're like, oh, that's definitely a thought you should have kept in your head. And he keeps doing it over and over again. Like that he actually had a meeting with a black man and said, yeah, we need somebody who looks like you around here. Like you guys are fucking bros. Like you can talk to him like that. It's just crazy to me.
So Stranger Things is coming out. You've heard this.
Do you want to see the chat?
Yeah.
The Junk Farm said, I'm honestly legit surprised that none of the women have divorced these guys, especially Heath's wife.
I feel like they're trad wives.
If they even believe them, they should take half the assets while there's still assets to take. And then he said, Liz Plank left skid marks fleeing the podcast studio.
She did, man. She got the fuck out.
Did you hear her new podcast is called Boy Trouble? Boy Troubles or something?
Smart.
And she was talking about how in her little teaser about it online, where she posted about it on social media, she's like, boy, do I have stories.
You know, they're the most disingenuous people too, because they were talking about like, you know, Justin Baldoni was all about how to help men. Mm-hmm. You know, his TED talk was TED women.
Yeah, of course.
That's where he got booked. He didn't talk to any men. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But it isn't for men. His product was not for men. His product was for women. And that is exactly why Blake Lively was like, the fuck? Because this guy was marketing to women and he was doing it through a facade. Tell them what they want to hear. Like that CEO.
Like that CEO.
What,
the Campbell's one?
Yeah.
All Scientist said, also, they're saying that Blake changed her story after the video came out, and that is a planted story because her story didn't change.
What, the slow dance one?
The slow dance video, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, what they're saying is that what they're trying to characterize as a change in the story, because there was a slight change to the story, because if you remember, she had said something more specific about his mouth and whatever, and something that was happening, and also the dialogue. She said
the smell.
There's something about the smell, and it was slightly different than what she remembered, which is legally defined as sum and substance. The sum and substance of what she testified to happened on that video.
Yeah, she's testifying to memory. He's the one with the benefit of being able to review the footage.
Correct. And look, they should, that's a good thing to have that. The question isn't whether or not, you know, it's whose story does this slow dance corroborate more, his or hers? And I
was stunned
undoubtedly hers.
when people saw the slow dance video and thought that it was like exonerating.
More of it was in the dance than I thought. I thought people were talking literally 2 seconds, and it's not. It's probably about 8 or 10 seconds, which is still fuck all. And they did use the thumb in the mouth. Shockingly.
Oh, you're saying more footage from that slow dance sequence made it into the movie?
Than I had thought, or than I felt like I was led to believe.
Yeah. I didn't think it was very well edited too, because they went back to it twice.
It was weird.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It was kind of a weak part in the movie.
No Two Trolls says Dale's rants are the best.
Oh.
That's when you were getting all bent out of shape about these Reddit comments.
Well, it is so, to me, man, you know, it's unnerving as hell, right? Like I live in a world where there's such a detachment from reality that it scares me. And then I think about, like, when I think about that, and I think, okay, well, 91% of the 80,000 respondents on TMZ said that they believe Justin Baldoni. And so when I think about the sheer vast numbers attached to delusion, it's just highly discouraging, because it feels like it's growing, not shrinking. And I believe that that's because of media. I believe that it's because of people like Andy Signor and him being this tool for these publicists to put out this propaganda that is just terrible.
Oh, also,
and filled with inaccuracies,
scientist
if
is
not
making
lies. These are just my opinions. This is not meant to disparage anyone, including Andy Signor, or Andy the fuck Signor, as I like to call him.
a scientist is making a really good point about this.
What's that?
My biggest disappointment in the whole case was learning that the potato quality of the screenshots in Justin Baldoni's documents was incompetence, not a higher level plan to make it hard to read so people would just accept his story.
It was just incompetence?
It was just incompetence. The accompanying narrative.
Think of the money they spend too.
The accompanying narrative, without realizing the evidence, doesn't say what they say it says. The junk farm said, "I'm on her side because you cannot make his side make sense."
Right.
And that's not even counting which version of the story you try to make sense. It's true.
It's exactly
There's
right.
so many different versions.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you want to string them together into their most common, sort of their most commonalities, the things that are most commonly strung through them or whatever, it's none of it can make sense. None of it makes sense. Look, she's a 26-year 20 plus year professional at that point. She's offering up the biggest pop star in the world. She's not going to try to make those, and her husband, who is also obviously massively famous, and she's not going to offer those things up into a place of vulnerability, where they're going to be vulnerable, prone to attack, prone to, what they ended up with, right? Which is this nonsense. I mean, this is not going to be the way she would approach this situation.
A scientist said that they've built an insane caricature. How do you say that word? Caricature.
Yeah.
Of Lively that doesn't act like a real person in order to make their theories fit the facts we know.
Yeah. And she's quite normal. I mean, obviously she's coming from an elite side of the world, right? So she's not going to, she doesn't understand. But like I pointed out that video that they showed of her and how happy she was that she almost fucking hugged Justin Baldoni because somebody won less than $2,000 on their set, and that it was a PA or somebody who could really use the money. And her excitement for that, to me, made me feel like she still understands things that are, wildly in her rearview mirror, like $2,000 mattering. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't really understand anything that was happening in that clip. BTS footage of one of the PAs was like awarding somebody a raffle or something.
Yeah, so they had a raffle.
This sort of thing happens?
Yeah, so evidently, right? No, I've never had a raffle on any set I've been on. But
yeah, you guys just get to work and then you go home, right?
That's what we did, yeah. But maybe we're fucking not as fun as other sets.
I cannot imagine being on set having team building activities. Well,
this is just a raffle. This is like, do you want to buy it? It's like a 50-50. I love those. The Blue Jays do them on their games all the time, and people walk out because it's like 80,000 people at the game, and they all buy these 50-50 tickets for $1.
Yeah, but on a movie set,
and they end up giving away like $10 million in that room.
Everybody's working really hard and they're really tired.
And it's a true lottery. Somebody always walks away with the money.
Okay, but you're talking about a Blue Jays stadium.
In a raffle on the set, it's the same thing. It's everybody pooling in some little bit of money with the chance to win all of it. And her reaction to me had, genuine human empathy in it. She was excited, genuinely excited for somebody because she knows
somebody
that
who won, yeah.
For some people, $2,000 matters. For her, it's a fucking pair of shoes.
I would be such a fucking stick in the mud in that situation. I would just be like, can you leave me out? Is that going to be like a problem? Like, am I going to get written up?
It's 50-50. You don't have to buy. They just walk around with a fucking roll of tickets, and it's somebody's always in charge of it. And they're like, you want to buy a ticket? They're all numbered, and you buy as many as you want.
But the whole thing where the guy's like, okay, everything stops while I can make a big announcement about who wins. And I don't know. I hate that kind of stuff.
I like the guy who's always sitting there with like a fucking $100 roll of the fucking, what's the number?
He's like, I am winning today. I'm leaving here with something. Poor Cosmic Urgency.
I
When's the
love
trial going to
Cosmic
be over?
Urgency, bro. We're gonna talk so much about movies and stuff. You'll see. Hey, look, we got this. I mean, yeah, this. I did mind it, Dale. What does that mean? What did you mind?
Phil Baumling is asking if Baldoni didn't go ahead with the smear campaign.
Yes.
Okay. Does Lively let everything go, or does she step into the meat grinder to protect other women who may work with Wayfair in the future?
You have to do it one more time.
If Baldoni didn't go ahead with the smear campaign,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
would Lively have let everything go, or would she have stepped into the meat grinder to protect other women who may work with Wayfair in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good question. I think that there's a good chance that rumors would persist that the set was unsafe. I think she would let the rumors persist. You know, I think there was a genuine, I think there was genuinely like rumors drifting about the behavior. People were asking why and what was going on. And so I just think it would have been one of them Hollywood grumblings.
Yes, it would have passed.
And it would have certainly passed.
Nobody would have talked about it anymore.
Of course.
He would have a massive
It wouldn't
career.
have made it to anywhere. They would have talked about it until after.
He was at WME.
After the domestic run.
Yeah.
And then maybe it comes up again when they do the DVD or whatever ancillary releases that they're doing. Until they're into the...
But nobody would have known anything because it wouldn't have all gotten aired out like this. And the Wayfarers were trying to be really secretive. I think that...
I'm saying it would have dissolved into thin air.
Yes, exactly. My theory is that if Baldoni hadn't done a smear campaign, Blake Lively wouldn't have had a reason to take any legal action. It was the retaliation that broke all these labor laws. So
exactly.
We were reading their motion for summary judgment.
She would have never gone to any. There would have been no litigation.
So we were reading Wayfair's motion for summary judgment, and they made a lot of arguments about how the sexual harassment wasn't actually that bad, in order to that it doesn't meet some legal standard for these labor laws. And I think that she may have been advised by an attorney, if she had sought one, that they would have told her the same thing. The reason why she went forward with a case is because there was very, very clear, very, violating civil and labor laws, retaliation by Baldoni and the Wayfair parties. So that's why she had a case, and I think that's why she's pursuing it. Because it's exactly what we learned about Me Too. You know, it was like all the reporting about Harvey Weinstein. It was like, the reporting was like, yes, he did terrible things, but he also ruined people who spoke out about him. He ruined their reputation. He like hired these like Israeli spy companies to like fucking completely destroy them.
Leo and Toby did to us.
Yeah.
They just ruined people as a matter of retaliating for whatever they think you did.
I think that's when that was happening to Lively. I think that she's a really principled person, and she wasn't going to let that fucking stand. So I think that that's why she pursued anything. But I think that Phil Baumling is asking a great question. If Baldoni didn't go ahead with the smear campaign, does Lively let everything go? I think she wouldn't have had a choice. She would have not been able to pursue a legal remedy. She wouldn't have had the case she has now.
Yeah.
Justin Baldoni made her lawsuit viable with his behavior.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for her, man. I think she's going to prevail.
Cosmic said he might see us in April. Well, that would be sad. That would be sad. But, if that's the way it is, listen, when the trial starts, we're going to be going live all day. So we're not even going to be doing lives at night during the trial.
Oh, you don't think so?
I mean, I'm not going to do lives from like noon until 9.
We'll be like all fucking groggy.
Yeah. I won't be able to,
tongue-tied.
yeah. We gotta survive as well. But, but yeah, man, I would hate to lose your presence, but obviously I'm going to follow this case. I'm not going to quit now.
Do you want to hear a scientist's answer to that same question?
Yeah.
I was answering Phil Baumling's. A scientist said, I suspect that if there was no smear campaign, Lively would just put the word out word out on the unofficial warning system that women working in Hollywood have.
Correct.
Don't work with this guy.
Remember Courtney Love?
Bad news.
When she said, "What advice would you give somebody?" Blah blah blah. And she was like, "Never go into a room alone with Harvey Weinstein or something."
Yeah. God.
That's exactly what would have happened. She would have just the rumors would have persisted around.
Yeah. A scientist said, but she wouldn't have gone public.
No, 100% no way. She herself has said that the SH in the case was not. And this is the cool thing is like she's not talking about it now because she's abiding by the sort of ethics and also just smart strategy of this litigation, right? Which is shut your mouth, go to court.
Yeah. Yeah. I
When it's all
appreciate it, too.
done, she's going to speak, win or lose.
The junk farm feels exactly the same way about this as I do. The Van Zandt sham lawsuit, right?
Yes.
Doesn't mean that he didn't do it.
No.
I think junk farm says, I think it's funny / weird that they're more bothered that the messages got discovered instead of the fact that they sent those messages. I've been saying this forever.
This is what I'm saying. This is the craziest part of it all. You know, this in this Megan Twohey thing, trying to make Megan Twohey the bad person for reading evidence that is damning, and then putting that damning
and
evidence
reporting
that was a part of a filing, an official filing, in her reporting. The audacity of somebody reporting the actual news.
I've never heard of anybody in all of like the true crime stories and you know, podcasts and subreddits and shit that I follow. Nobody ever cares about whether evidence is admissible in court. They only care about whether evidence exists. It's only here that all of a sudden everybody cares about how it was obtained by subpoena. Like, who gives a fuck? It exists. Yeah. We know who did it. We know who sent it. We know who
it drives me nuts. I mean, obviously the law has its issues with, you know, custody and...
Yeah, but that's for the courts to decide. We've never cared about it out
the
here,
evidence
you know?
is still going to be the same. You know, look, I knew that O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown Simpson and her man, Mr. Goldfinger. What's his name?
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Too soon, Dale. It's too soon.
I mean, I care about them both. I knew that he killed those people. I especially knew that when that witness said she saw him fleeing in his Bronco in a black uniform at the exact timeline that he would need to be there in order to try to get to
Goldman,
thank you. In order to try to get to Rockingham Palace.
Ron Goldman.
Or whatever he called it.
Sorry.
Ron Goldman. Yeah, thank you for. Well, he's worth remembering.
I know.
So you know, I'm
not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I did such a bad job.
It's okay. I know people. So the Goldmans, they went through hell, and my heart always hurt for them. But I truly believe that O.J. Simpson should have been acquitted, right? But I knew that he was guilty.
Yeah.
If Justin Baldoni, if that evidence, the evidence that we're talking about, right? She wants to know that you can bury her, and all that super damning evidence. If that evidence got thrown out, you know, and then I saw the trial and the case couldn't hold up because of it, then I would say, yeah, you got to fine for Justin Baldoni, even if I knew that Justin Baldoni was a crook or was a predator.
Because that's how the courts work, right? Like the
facts,
burden of proof is on the plaintiff.
The facts still matter in
prosecutor.
Right. I'm sorry to step all over you. The facts still matter. And they may not matter in the court or to the court because of, you know, whatever chain of custody fucked it all up, you know. Sorry to get it wrong, Ron Goldman.
Stacy Rookhouse is with us. This is so cute. Literally, guys, I look forward to 6 p.m. every weekday and some Saturdays too. Thank you for giving me something interesting to look forward to.
Oh, that's so great. Well,
I look forward to it too.
We're having a lot of fun. I wish we could please everyone. Cosmic Urgency.
We do movie reviews, so maybe Cosmic Urgency.
I think I have a ball with Cosmic Urgency, but
he's
just saying like I got to hanging for 2 hours is rough because you guys spend an hour and sometimes all live talking about one topic, and we do, you know, it can be repetitive, but
the Junk Farm says I felt the same way about the O.J. Simpson trial. O.J. totally did it, and the LAPD lost that case.
They lost one, so did the DA, but yeah, the LAPD was mainly the obviously, you know, Furman and that. I mean, Furman just completely iced it for sure. But there was all kinds of problems. I thought that what was his name? Henry, you know, the Asian criminal biologist, I think he is.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Henry Lee. Dr. Lee, I think.
Doctor. Yeah.
He killed it. His testimony was crazy. He was like, yeah, there's something wrong with this shit. I do have a couple of little side stories, if you guys want to hear them. You know Peter Thiel? You like Peter Thiel?
No.
No?
Nope.
He says that he's accusing the Pope Leo of being the Antichrist.
Okay, listen. Oh my God, this is so funny that he's still doing this. Peter Thiel has been called the Antichrist, and what he's doing and continuing to do is bring it up in other contexts to like deflect the accusation of him being the Antichrist.
Yeah.
So that he can manipulate the SEO of. So if you search Peter Thiel Antichrist, a few months ago, what you would have come up with was people saying, "Hey, is Peter Thiel the Antichrist?" And then some interviewer asked him, okay, this is really funny. Some interviewer asked him, and he was and he choked up. He couldn't answer because the interviewer was like, "Hey, so it's really interesting because if you think the Antichrist would like want to bring about this total destruction of humanity," and then he's like, "Ha ha ha," like how funny would it be? That's kind of like what you were trying to do. And Peter Thiel like clammed up.
Oh my God.
Okay, so listen.
Okay, I'm sorry, but somebody just gave us like $100, so I'm freaking out.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
What?
It's the Tobey Maguire nut milk.
It's like the Tobey Maguire Nut Milk Fund.
That's really funny. Holy shit.
That's obscene. I'm trying to tell a story about the Antichrist.
That is the kindest thing that's happened to me in forever. I can't even believe that. Thank you so much. My goodness. Sorry to interrupt, but that was a shocker.
We gotta put it in the piggy bank.
I didn't see that coming. Holy shit.
That is an entertaining story.
Wild. Well, so just I have to finish with this because there is some AI overview.
Okay, but I'm trying.
Thank you 1,000 times, show car. Slow car.
I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
So then, what Peter Thiel happened? So he got basically accused of being the Antichrist.
Yes.
And he could not. This is the important part. He could not answer the interviewer's question, where the interviewer was like, "People are saying that you're the Antichrist. Isn't that funny?" And he was like, Like, he basically could not confirm nor deny that he was the Antichrist.
AI says the idea of Peter Thiel as the Antichrist is primarily a subject of public debate.
Yes.
Internet speculation and cultural commentary,
Yeah.
not a factual statement.
Okay, so
Thiel
check this
himself, a devout Christian and billionaire tech investor, has hosted a recent series of lectures on the concept of the Antichrist
This is why.
in the modern world.
This is why. So literally it happened like 2 weeks after he basically got together with his publicists and they were like, "Okay, you got a problem here. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to put you on a lecture series where you go and you talk about the concept of the Antichrist.
Yeah.
You go and you give talks. We're going to give you a prepared talk to just like spit out in front of a fucking audience of other rich people. And then what we're going to do is like tackle that SEO where people are searching for Peter Thiel Antichrist. Now it'll say Peter Thiel Antichrist. He gave a talk on the Antichrist, like the concept.
Yeah,
the biblical concept of the Antichrist.
It was like this Rick Santorum thing.
Yes, like Rick Santorum. Oh my God. So now he's doing it again, where he's calling the Pope the Antichrist. He's going to keep doing that. He's going to keep
tech
using.
billionaire Peter Thiel reportedly called Pope Leo the 15th, a tool of the Antichrist during private lectures in late 2025. He also suggested Vice President J.D. Vance, a Thiel ally, should not listen to the Pope.
So Peter Thiel is attempting. Yeah, Peter Thiel is
what the
attempting.
fuck does that even mean? Don't listen to the Pope.
Okay, but listen.
Okay.
So Peter Thiel is attempting to do a Darvo. People have called him the Antichrist, and he's like, "No, I'm not. You are." But all of this stuff, ever since he got accused of being the Antichrist, and he didn't have an answer for it, and I'm sure his publicist was like, "Yo, that interview went real bad."
Real bad.
People are starting to think like, "Oh, maybe there is something to this. Maybe he's the Antichrist." Now that's all he's talking about because he has to fucking bury it. Did you hear about how this is something that celebrities do? For instance, Beyonce wrote a song.
Yeah.
She started performing a song she put on her album. It's called Bodyguard. So now if you search Beyonce Bodyguard, it'll show up as her song.
And that's because?
Before she did that song, if you typed in Beyonce Bodyguard, it would bring up this scandal where evidently she had been having an affair with her bodyguard. So she buried it by making a song called Bodyguard, and now that's all that ever comes up. It's something that celebrities do.
I mean, if you have the power to write a song that erases your history, right? By the way, so Celeste... You know, Celeste Rives.
Yes.
So she was the dismembered young 15-year-old girl found dismembered in David's car.
Yeah, that sucks.
Totally sucks. Grand jury has either convened or is still investigating.
Oh, so the prosecutors are trying to refine a case.
Yeah, they're investigating with the grand jury right now.
I learned very recently the grand jury indictments are really aren't very well formulated.
Well, I don't know.
Like apparently grand juries only hear from the prosecutor. They don't hear any exculpatory evidence from a defendant's side.
That's because they look at whether or not there's enough evidence to bring them to trial, not whether there's enough evidence to exonerate them. So that's why it actually serves a purpose in that regard.
But it's weird that they call it a jury because a jury sees all the evidence from both sides.
No, not a grand jury. A grand jury is only weighing whether or not there should be a charge laid or at all.
I just learned
By the way, the medical examiner in LA is criticizing LAPD because they're calling for transparency because the LAPD is withholding the medical examiner's report on her remains. There was rumors
from the grand jury,
from the public.
Oh,
not from the grand jury.
Why should it be public?
Well, the medical examiner agrees because it's a public medical examiner. Because
but if it's an active investigation, they wouldn't just.
I don't know. It's a problem. It's not a problem for me. I can wait patiently. But there's this other suspect, and man, that case has just been so bizarre.
Well, I only brought that up about the grand juries because it used to be that if you heard on the news that a grand jury convened and decided to indict, that it was like it meant something. But now I'm skeptical because they don't actually see very much evidence at all. They only see what the prosecutors show them.
So Slow Car, thank you 1,000 times. I only see at Slow Car. So is your username that we know more familiar than at Slow Car? That is like the nicest thing. You have no idea how much you just helped us, actually. That's so kind.
I know, it's killer.
Really super kind of you. Okay, so moving on. Can't even believe you guys are so generous to us. It's wild. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else I have here? Got me stuttering, fools. Shit.
The Junk Farm said, LOL, Trump DOJ literally couldn't indict a ham sandwich. And why would you want to? His ham sandwiches are delicious.
I heard that he might be breaking up with Kash Patel, too.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers are just out spending the money, bro. They're out there with the fucking MX card. They got Daddy's MX card, and they're just like, yeah, we'll take one for everyone.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought that Kash Patel was going to last, though. He's a fucking podcaster. What the fuck is he doing? You know?
He's running the FBI.
They also, it's like it's a horror movie where they say that, like, the token black guy is going to get killed first or something. Like, yes. You can't be in Trump's cabinet as a brown man and think that you're going to last. Like, they're going to feed you to the wolves, just like every other minority.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's true. Kindly DiCaprio said Pope Leo was kind. And I suspect he probably is. And I'll also say that he's got some good movies.
So apparently he really likes movies, and he's like giving lectures on films.
Yeah.
Which is so American.
Yeah.
And then apparently he also held like a dance, like a techno DJ dance party at the Vatican. And somebody tweeted a video of it, and they were like, oh my God, they're never going to choose an American Pope ever again.
Dude's all, wiki.
Wiki.
Wiki. So there's a Sean Combs documentary coming out by 50 Cent. Everyone was wondering if 50 Cent was scared.
No.
Everyone was like, okay, P. Diddy's going to get out of jail. Remember when everyone thought he was just going to get out of jail? And it was like, oh, P. Diddy's scared. Is P. Diddy scared? Or, I'm sorry, is 50 Cent scared? Apparently he's not scared. He's about to drop a doc. And my guess is it's probably not very flattering.
Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I have to.
Yeah, me too. When is it? Of course.
Let me see. They set the premiere. They're probably going to show, like, I'll see it when they stop, charging money, we'll say. Hang on. Let me see here.
So what are you following to follow this Celeste?
December 2nd.
December 2nd?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
What am I following?
To find out this information about Celeste Rives.
Oh, I forget where I got it. I just got it. I can't remember where. I
gotta find
typical sources. I have like 4 typical things.
I gotta find out who the reporter is. I found a really great like a local crime podcaster that was living in the same town that little boy Emmanuel Haro went missing in.
Yeah.
It's really great to when you find people that like live in the town, they get the scoop, and they also don't report on the bullshit.
This blew up on Reddit, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it's just devastating. It almost made me cry, and I just thought like this is the kind of shit that like you can like as a writer or creative, you can really adapt this in many different ways.
Something
You
made
shouldn't
you cry?
plagiarize it, but listen to this. This is crazy.
Was it about Toby Maguire's nut milk fund?
It's in There Was an Attempt, or There Was an Attempt. By the way, the Nut Milk Fund by Slowcar is referenced in the book behind me, To Real Hollywood Memoir. It's a big moment, a very big moment, obviously, as you can see.
Do we have to turn that into something?
Nut milk?
Like if we have
I think I just have to get a nut milk shirt.
if we start like crowdfunding,
Toby's
that
nut
it
milk.
has to be like the nut milk fund.
Toby's Nut Milk.
The fund.
It's a blend.
No.
It's a
terrible.
It's a nut milk. It's a nut milk blend.
No, because you can't be like there's a secret ingredient. You
It's
can't.
just like almonds, water, secret ingredient.
That's terrible.
Okay,
It's
let me read
fucking
this.
disgusting.
This is in There Was an Attempt. There Was an Attempt, and it's titled "To Show Love for His Wife."
There was an attempt.
Last wedding anniversary, my wife suggested that we make a little box where we drop notes for each other throughout the year. She wrote often. I mostly slacked off, sometimes scribbling nonsense like, "You're my chubby buddy. Honey, your stew is impressively bad." I thought I was being funny. Today is our anniversary. I'm a fool. 216 notes from her full of love. 12 crappy notes from me.
What the fuck?
I'll never forgive myself for making her cry.
Oh my gosh, she cried.
Isn't that awful? I'm almost teared up right now. Isn't that awful?
That's just so fucking typical, man.
And like that's gonna live with them forever. And what's so weird is the overwhelming amount of love that he got,
Yeah.
and then to feel like, oh, anyway. So that's
Well,
just
you
like,
know, it's a
to
little-
me that's like a whole character.
There's two
that's a
sides to
whole
this.
like that's a whole subplot. Like not that specifically,
I know.
but just that whole lopsidedness
Lopsidedness, yeah.
out of like a dense ignorance for the moment.
There's
just-
also two sides to this. Like, so obviously she came up with an idea. It's not his idea.
Right.
She came up with the idea on her own and then put it on him for him to.
That's true, but he participated in it.
Okay, I know, but what was he going to say? No? Like, it's a tough spot that she put him in.
Yes.
And so if that's not the sort of way that he
it's sort of
shows
an
his-
incompatibility thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, she's setting herself up to be disappointed.
It's so
I'm
and
sure
she got that.
She probably knew this about him before she gave him this fucking task
Your stew is
to complete
bad.
over the whole year. You know what I mean? There's just a type of man you just you don't expect that from. Little love notes.
Right.
I just feel like that's one of the situations.
There are things you certainly can't get from me, whereas you can get all these other things, right? I'll make your coffee all day long, but I'm not going to get into
What is
the
it? Is
devil
it like Buddhism or something? I can't remember who it was that said like some wise guru was like the source of human suffering is attachment, right? Expectation. Like she went and gave herself a big expectation that the next year she built it up like over a full year. She was like, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to be overcome with all the love and all the notes that he's written. And she was only disappointed because it didn't turn out how she wanted it to. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So yes, he failed, but she also set herself up to feel really bad
Yeah.
by giving this man a task that he didn't ask for and that he didn't choose.
Yeah.
You know?
So before we go,
Oh, you don't want to talk anymore about this? You brought it up.
oh, okay, yeah, we can keep going.
I thought you said it made you cry, so I thought you were going to talk about it.
It hit me hard emotionally because while
You don't see it that way though?
Well, I do. Like I do. I totally see that. But what I think like if I accepted that, then I would then take the responsibility of fucking it up on my end. If I accept it, doesn't matter if like look, man, relationships are give and take, bro. And if I've learned nothing else, I've learned that. I've learned that I need to be really giving when I'm giving, right? Because there are going to be moments when I'm going to be taking, or when I'm not going to want to give.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm giving, I'm really conscientious of how much love goes into that it's not half-assed. I try to be, at least. I try to be aware of it. Like, this is my moment. If I'm going to do this, I want this to taste the best, or I want it to look the best, or if I can, And I still blow it sometimes, but that's like my sort of focus on it. in my commitment. So if I ended up in a situation where I committed to an idea where you said, let's put a little note in a box and we'll read them together, which is like, she reads a lot of romantic books, right? That's probably what that's from.
Ask for love notes.
I know it's
not something that you don't ask.
No, and you planted them in when I went to Guatemala, the shit was falling out of everything.
I put little love notes in your luggage.
Yeah, and it was so
and I hid them so that you
beautiful.
would find them.
Yeah, and that's not something I would ever do.
You wouldn't ask for it either, though,
right,
because
no,
you're
never.
just like, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed
yeah.
by whatever. I mean, he could have nailed it. He could have given her 216 little love notes. They could have been wonderful. She still could have been disappointed, because the problem is that she had an idea in her mind about what it would be like, and that had nothing to do with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like this whole, like, everybody is sharing these ideas about how to engage better in their relationships, but they're setting themselves up with these traps, you know?
Well, that writing got to me, and I actually liked it more for writing than I did anything else. Like, you know, obviously I'm sad for her and that she cried, but I love that. Like, even just the breakdown that we're doing now, where you're seeing where you're talking about like how she kind of set herself up to fail in this, or set herself up to get hurt or whatever, and set him up to fail.
I mean, like, really. I'm not saying he didn't fuck up, but like,
no, but she set him up to fail. Is the premise. And I love that, because like, as writing goes, that's a perfect kind of tension. And when you think about the effectiveness of her work in that, like, you can easily capture this moment where, you know, you're feeling really bad for her, even though it's self-inflicted. You know, it's ultimately self-inflicted.
There's also another lesson here, too.
So I think that's like really cool writing stuff. Like, I love picking these things out of the world around us, where it's just like, oh, how can I examine that and like internalize it as a writer, as opposed to just react to it as, you know, a piece of, you know, whatever, the internet, right?
There's also another lesson in here too, right? Like, I shared this, some guy on Twitter was talking about how he achieved God mode with like this one change that he just decided to make a choice where he was like, anytime that you're frustrated with something, you can just choose to find it amusing instead, and you can achieve a level of like inner peace that you thought was previously unattainable.
Yeah.
So like, she got this box and it had like 12 little fucking bullshit notes in it. And yeah, that's frustrating, and yeah, it's hurtful. Or is it amusing, and is it funny that your husband is so fucking poor, like, he's so bad. He's so shit at doing very fucking basic things. Like, is it funny? Because it could just be funny, you know? You know,
it's like, you could say like, just be glad I didn't throw them on the floor.
Oh yeah, I know, he could make it worse for sure.
There's one more thing. Oh, well, first of all, we're not done yet, but
we're not done.
The watch party.
What are you talking about?
Well, let me continue. We're not done yet, but the watch party we're having with Katla. Is that what it's called? Yeah, KTL. Katla.
Yeah.
Which is a volcano in Iceland that erupts.
It's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix show from Iceland. It's so fucking cool. It's just a cool show.
It's a cool show.
It's a mini series. It's 8 episodes long, and I'm just there are some subtitles and subdubbing. The cool thing about the dubbing, though, I'm not a dub fan at all, but the cool thing about the dubbing in this one is that most of the actors are doing their own dubbing.
Yes.
Which is so it's all tonally correct.
Yeah, right.
Which I really appreciate. Like, that's a big deal for me, because half the time dubbing, I've seen some of Don Plum's dubbing, and like hearing like Leonardo DiCaprio in Spanish was weird, and not Leonardo DiCaprio. So anyway,
he probably speaks Spanish.
So the voices are all the same, because sometimes what's kind of cool about it, and I don't know why they chose dubbing at all, because why they didn't just work with subtitles, because it has English, it has dubbing, and it has subtitles. I can't explain that. As far as like the creative choices, I think they didn't embrace.
No.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I know why they did.
I think they didn't embrace the director's vision, which was to have this multilingual.
Yeah, but Dale,
experience.
They, it's Icelandic, and then they have some people that travel to Sweden. No, so when they're speaking Swedish, it's subtitled.
I understand that, but it could all be subtitled.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be dubbed ever, right? The Icelandic can be subtitled. That's Swedish true. Can be subtitled. They speak English, so it's a little bit weird. The choices are weird in that way. It's probably something that Netflix required them to do. Fortunately, it hasn't hindered in any way the experience I'm having, because again, the actors themselves are doing most of the actors are doing their own English dubs. It's great. It's a great series. Check it out. We're going to be finished it before we reconvene on Monday.
No.
I know we got one more show on Friday.
Yeah.
We got Black Friday show. I call it the show, whatever.
Why is it Black Friday?
That's
It's
what
Friday,
called.
guys.
It's the Friday
You have
after
to
Halloween. No, I mean the Friday after.
Unchain your psyche from the consumerist culture.
I want to get this into because I don't want to miss this one. So Macaulay
Nobody's
Culkin,
shutting off your fucking mic, dude. You don't have to rush.
Macaulay Culkin.
Okay.
He came out and he said something about how his kids don't know that he's the kid in Home Alone. And the way the headline read was, "My kids don't know that I'm the kid in Home Alone, and we watch Home Alone often." And I'm thinking, I was like, well, wow. So Macaulay Culkin watches his movie from the 90s often. And I just found that a little bit weird, like not in a bad way. And he has kids, and so there's that good. But I was like, why am I hearing about this? And today I hear Macaulay Culkin. So anyway, Macaulay Culkin's two sons still don't realize that he's the Kevin in Home Alone, despite watching the movie together often. And then today I got another headline where he's pitching an idea for a new Home Alone where he'd be the adult.
That's
and
great.
I just found that interesting how, like, because I'm sitting there going like, so what dude is watching himself in his movie on a loop with his kids, you know? And then now he's talking about like, oh, let's make another one. I just love how, like,
You better greenlight that shit straight away.
Right?
Instantly.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin, pay him a lot.
If you don't greenlight that immediately, shame on you.
I mean, he started the whole Culkin revolution. Kieran's a fucking great talent, man. I love watching that kid act. And his movie is, I think, released. Was it Eddington? Eddington might get watched this weekend.
Well, I have heard from people in the COVID cautious community that it's disappointing.
I don't care what you've heard.
Because there's this like
why are you
revisionist
trying to
history.
spoil something I haven't watched yet?
I am just trying to prepare you for being disappointed in modern media.
I'm glad that I'm an independent thinker. All right? Dick Van Dyke is a dog, bro. 54, his wife.
Wow, you're all over the place.
No, I just caught him with my side eye. I was about to sign off, and I was like, Dick Van Dyke, what a dog.
Why is he a dog?
Dude, his wife is half his age.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe that's why he's still with us. She keeps him young.
He says he feels like he's 13, so I guess he's like banging old ladies. Oh my God. What an incredible, great time. Thank you again to everyone who super chatted. I can't believe it. You're so kind. That was Austin, who got things started, and then, freaking No Two Trolls dropping a Finsky on us. Thank you so much. And then, of course, the absolute insane slow car donation. So thank you, or I don't know what to call it. Super chat. Thank you very much.
I hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That all of the food is enjoyable.
That
your turkey is not dry, and that your rolls are fluffy.
Yes.
And that your mashed potatoes are not lumpy.
I just want to say, since we won't see you on Thanksgiving Day, that, and I really truly mean this, that I am so grateful that we get to spend this time together. I really am. I mean, it's something we both genuinely look forward to. It's such a breakthrough for Angela because there's no way in this world that Angela would have ever foreseen this for herself, even though her chart talks about it. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
Your astrology,
my astrology chart says
situation.
that I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
But it's really you guys that are the attraction. And so I really am so grateful to be in your company, and that you guys are being so kind to us and sort of helping us keep the show going is really, well, it's just incredibly wonderful. And yeah, my gratitude is immense. So we will see you
on Friday,
which is not black.
10 pounds heavier.
It's just a regular Friday, right?
With cheeks like this.
You guys have a wonderful holiday. And
Stay safe.
And to our New Zealander friends and our friends in the UK, if you don't have a holiday, just may the wind be at your back and may you live with passion.
Guys, get a designated driver too. Like, don't go out and be irresponsible.
Yeah, don't
drive.
drive. Too scary.
Right?
Good night, you guys.
Good night.